The Artistry, man.
The Artistry.
Catch us on YouTube, Facebook, or outlets.
Follow us, The Artistry NY.
Niggas say they outside. Niggas say they outside.
Niggas say they
Motherfuckers
outside.
southern, man. What's good is your girl V-Henny.
Yo, what up? It's Outakaractr.
Yeah. It's your boy DJ Dwizzy. You already know.
Yeah, I already know, man. You on The Artistry, kicking it with us, vibing with us.
On a
Gonna be
playoff Sunday.
Yo, as a player, fuck that
Fuck
shit.
football right now.
Fuck
Ain't no
football.
New York teams there.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck of that shit. Fuck of that shit.
Nah, man, it's
How
gonna
was
be a
your
dope.
weekend?
It was definitely, week. It's been good.
You had a dope experience too, right?
Yes, I did.
That was a first for you.
Hold
Fucking being at.
on. What experience? Hold on. What
Nigga,
happened?
our
was-
host was
I
at
was-
Rock Nation, nigga.
What?
Our host was at Rock Nation,
Stop it
nigga.
out.
I was not at Rock Nation. They switched it. I was at Feel Good Studios.
Okay.
I'm still doing the job,
but
though.
I was actually interviewing Rel Carter, which is Jay-Z's nephew.
That's his nephew, right? Yeah.
Nice.
A&R from Rock Nation. So
Nice.
I had a sit down interview with him.
That's what's up.
Was he? How was it? How was the interview?
Yeah, the interview was the vibes. First of all, he's a jokester. He's a clown. Him and his partner in crime, they're jokesters. So
What are they up to? Are they like rapping, singing, performing?
so he does a tour. He started a tour in 2017.
Yeah.
It's called the Rel Carter Culture Tour.
All right.
And basically, he selects like about 5 artists, 5 MCs.
Yeah.
And they hit city to city, like basically what I'm doing. City to city, but he's hit several cities outside of the country. He actually is doing a tour with Tidal. I was nervous and
I know you had
yo,
butterflies,
I was
right?
like, cause I did research and I'm like, damn, I didn't know how to approach it, So he was mentioning to me like, out of all and I'm not trying to downplay anybody, but he was just like, out of everyone's interview, you asked the most unique and different questions. He said, I like the angle you came in with.
Yeah.
And the other one, he was like, you came in with you came in as if you was an artist, like that standpoint. And I was like, well, I was an artist. So I was like, so I came in with like the media personality, yet like I wanted information so for artists can once they watch the interview, they can. It's informative for them. You understand?
Right,
So
it's not it sounds like you didn't ask the typical what is it like having Jay-Z as your uncle? And
I try
like
not
the
to get
cliche-
into that, but I try to me, I try to get personal.
You got more gritty,
And then I asked him about certain things as far as like being an artist, like what are the certain angles he looks for, like some of the expectations he seeks, a lot of stuff.
What did
The interview's coming. It's gonna come out. Yeah.
What did you take from it, V? Because that's a step that you have to appreciate fruits of your labor. So it's like, what did you take from meeting somebody in like an area that you can really appreciate? Where he's working, how he's working, what he's doing, because you do it. You're inspired to do it.
I think what I took out of that is the fact that like I tell anybody, like, don't stop, don't quit. We all have our moments, like where life fucks us raw in the ass.
Let's hit V with the line. Have you ever had a moment when you wanted to quit?
Yesterday.
I love her. That's every day, right, nigga?
Every day I'm like, fuck this shit, yo. I'm broke. I'm going through it.
But it's crazy. Financially we could be whatever we are, but it's all about what you feel inside.
Yeah.
Inside we ain't really broke. And inside we're more like the crazy glue for our broken life.
I feel like as long as our bills are paid,
Facts.
you understand?
Real
and
shit,
like my bills are paid and the money that I'm taking are being invested to the brand and everything.
Like furthering your goals.
It's worth being in this predicament in a sense.
It's worth it. Makes it worth it. Like you never know. You don't know how good the top tastes like until you've tasted the dirt from the bottom.
I just got I don't know why. My mind went to the gutter.
Which you never tasted.
Yo, you speak of gutter. Have you heard? Have you heard? I just heard it on the drive here. Janae Aiko's new song.
No, I haven't.
It's like candy dip or apple dip or some sexy shit. Yo, She was talking about, I know you like this pussy when you fucking me. That's the first line of the song. I was like,
I'm tired. I'm tired of Janae. I'm sorry.
Why you
I'm tired of the I'm tired.
Why?
You know what got me? I think because
You telling me?
I followed.
Yo, he's like, you tired of that? Go ahead, my bad.
No, I mean, her like she's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but I'm tired of like her music relationship stories. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm triggered and all this and big
yeah.
And then you see like you go on her Instagram and she's still posting pictures of them together and stuff like that. And then we find out that okay, I guess they're still together. Like like there's no clear cut
you don't believe
on their relationship.
You don't believe in key and lock? Sometimes things just fit.
What do you mean?
Sometimes things just fit.
Nah,
like key and lock?
Nah, like are they together? Or are they not together?
Oh,
like,
no, I think they are.
Is she making
They
heartbreak
fucking
music about what they doing? Like what's going on?
I don't
like,
give a fuck. I don't care about the person and shit. Just keep doing some sexy songs.
Lately, she's been doing that real mental health music, and like it was real weird, right? Like.
But speaking about weird, or not weird.
What?
Not weird.
No, wait. Yeah, let's drop that word, right?
Why it sound like you had a good weekend, V?
What you do?
Tell us how your Friday night went.
You know how I love her? Because her face gives up
no,
everything.
because I'm like, we're talking about new music, right? And not weird, but it's not my tempo. I'm gonna use her word right now. It's not my tempo. And I was listening to Mac Miller's album.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait.
So M and Mac Miller dropped at the same day.
Okay, I got you. But not together. It wasn't like a joint album.
No.
Oh, okay, I got you.
No, same day.
And Mac Miller dropped an album.
Secret albums, right? Nobody knew. This wasn't.
I wasn't aware.
I don't think anybody knew M or
M. I wasn't aware of M.
Or Mac was dropping.
I didn't even know Mac Miller was dropping either. But they dropped both at the same time, right? So. I got to listen to Eminem's album. Did you listen to it?
I listened to his whole album.
Yeah, nice. Did you?
No, I haven't heard it.
Okay, before I get into Eminem, Mac Miller, did you listen to Mac
Miller? It's hard. Like I told you, it's hard to digest. It's hard. Like.
Is it because like his post?
It's hard. It's not only the fact that he isn't living no more. God bless the dead. It was hard to digest maybe because I heard Eminem's album first.
That's probably what it was for me.
Maybe you do the
because I feel like
something was. It just I couldn't connect. I couldn't connect fully.
I guess.
Wait, so are you kind of saying like M had the better album, or
M has a better album, but it's not even a comparison on who has a better album. Okay. My thing is that for me, I guess I took it upon myself to listen to the album because it's Mac Miller,
right?
Obviously because he passed away.
Yeah.
Had he been
probably
alive, I probably would have listened.
Yeah.
And if I did, I probably would have listened to the first two and be like. Nah, this ain't for me.
Yeah. Nah, it's funny you say that because I like rest in peace to Mac Miller. I was just never a fan of his music.
Yeah.
He had this one song, Donald Trump, and I gravitated to it because of the video. It was like young, swagged up, like he's on the same label Wiz Khalifa. I'm a really big Wiz fan. But yeah, I never got into Mac Miller, so I wasn't even
the age maybe
that he dropped the album and things like that.
Well, can I ask y'all something?
What?
You know that old saying, you're worth more dead than you are alive.
Oh yeah.
So can I ask y'all, who do you think will have more record sales and or streams, M or Mac Miller after the first month? I'll just say a month. Is that fair? Should I say more than a month? You would know better.
I would say a week.
A week, all right. So after a week, who would have more sales? Because on YouTube,
that's when the numbers are truly important.
Oh,
like,
when
they want to see how much you sell in a week.
Yeah. How much they really wanted you. Because Mac Miller's not here to defend himself and do he can't do press runs.
Right.
Eminem can do press runs and gain more. So the first week is the most important. You're right.
Damn, I would say to be honest.
Yeah, that's hard, right?
To be honest, I would say Mac Miller.
Yeah, you think
first
so?
week,
yeah. Because Mac Miller he's obviously one deceased.
Yeah.
Two, he's a pop culture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pop culture sells quick, and although Eminem as well, but you understand, like everybody. He's deceased. Let's go back to number one. Not Eminem.
But that's
I'm
why
talking about
I asked.
Mac Miller.
Are you
I
worth more dead or alive?
So
I agree
he
with
is.
you.
Yeah, you are worth more dead, unfortunately. So I think if I'm wrong, then I'll be like, oh shit, But I feel like maybe Mac Miller will sell more.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Who you think's gonna sell more, Dwiz?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Mac will sell more, but same thing. Just because like he's passed, it's more recent news that he's passed.
So they want to know what was his last
Right, like
Emotion,
OT working on in the
yeah.
studio.
Yeah,
you know, things like
it's
that.
more of a want.
Whereas
it's
Eminem
demand.
too, it's still like, oh shit, like what he's been working on something. What has he been working on? But I don't know. It's kind of hard because shit. Even Eminem has more of like a global reach, right?
Yeah.
With the movie
Same way,
same way. He
as
reaches
an actor and
pop
things like
fans,
that.
and
Right.
yes, he reaches
And being
them.
in court back and forth for like threatening his mom and his former wife or ex-wife in his music and things like that. But now I feel like if we're talking about first week, it's gonna be Mac. But I think long term, it's definitely gonna be
Eminem.
M.
Now, did you guys happen to see the video that came with his single?
Who, Eminem?
Eminem, yeah, the single for the album is called Darkness. He put out a video about 2 days ago, and the video is him showing. Remember the Las Vegas massacre?
Yeah.
He's depicting that.
But real quick, what's the name of the album?
The album is
Deaf.
Music to be Murdered by.
Yeah. I was
Wow. What?
I was close. Music to
So
be
he's back on his.
Yo, but B.
Yo,
Marshall
bro.
Mathers shit.
Yeah. You want to start this now before your music break?
Yeah.
Wait. You want to do this?
But everybody knows I had
'Cause we're
so
both
many.
M-heads.
Yeah, I'm so.
Yeah.
You know how many arguments I had with people defending Eminem?
No.
And I was like, I don't want to be biased, but I am biased.
Because
Like,
you're a real Eminem fan. Kind of
I
thing.
am,
Yeah.
but I'm not. It's not because I am a Eminem fan, because we all know what albums fucking was trash and what albums were good. This album, I think, was 24 tracks.
He had a lot.
I believe 24
Was
tracks.
it,
I'm
was it
not
like
sure.
a double disc or
Nope.
just like straight 24?
Nope. That nigga said, "I'm gonna kill you guys first quarter."
Yeah. So 20, I believe 24. I'm not. I'll get the actual number when we come back.
Yeah.
Great body of work.
Wow.
Great body
Such
of
And this is
fucking.
unbiasedly like.
What a
Work.
great
Yeah.
compliment to
From
his
the-
Kamikaze
from the
album.
Fucking introduction
Yep.
to the ending.
Yep, he complimented his
Yeah.
Kamikaze album.
And then he's an asshole because not only he's talking about everybody and their mother. You know how M does. I hate when people are like, oh, he's still talking. That's Eminem. Stop your shit. But I love the fact that he has a track with Slaughterhouse and no Joe Budden.
Cut the nigga.
Wow.
Cut him. But you know the inside clause on that, right? There was a rule with Slaughterhouse. There was a rule as group members with Slaughterhouse. There's never 4 members on a track, only 3. There was always a rule with Slaughterhouse when they did a track. After the first album, they always kept it 3 niggas, never 4. So you never get 4 full verses.
So I guess they never wanted the songs too long and stuff.
Budden was probably never on that song to begin with.
Yeah.
And, or because they
Interesting.
only put 3, never 4. And as a group, I was a group member before. We always tried to never put, we're not Wu-Tang. We don't have to Wu-Tang every track.
Right.
Some tracks need 4, some tracks need 3. You know what I took a lot off of? I took off a lot off of that Young M.A. and Eminem track.
First of all,
I think he made fun of her. I think he clowned her. I think she sent him 500 verses, and he picked the one he wanted. I think he clowned the shit out of her on that verse.
Young. I saw a post on Facebook.
You
Yeah.
should
And
not.
somebody was like, "Yo, Young M.A. bodied it."
So she's on
She's on the second
Eminem's
track.
album.
She's on
The second
Oh,
track
wow.
of,
Second track.
of something called
That's
Music
what's
to
up.
Be Murdered By. Wait,
Yeah.
hold up. I think he was making fun of her, bro.
You think so?
I think he was completely making fun of her to put her first on that track, and the way he bodied her.
He bodied that.
Yo,
beat.
son, she had a 16. He had 100 bars. Tell me that's not
And then
fucked up.
she was like, I would. You have to listen to this album. Like, I
So I'm
would've
wondering,
thought-
like, what are some of the features on the album?
Oh, he has some,
he has a
Ed
lot.
Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran.
Black
I didn't
Thought?
care for that. Black
I didn't
Thought.
care for that Sheeran one either.
What's her name? Skylar Gray, I believe.
Yeah, he has a lot of
yeah.
features.
Obviously, Young
24
M.A.
tracks, yeah.
You have Slaughterhouse. You have. I think he had Q-Tip too.
Yeah, he has a lot of features.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so he had like really good tracks. You understand? For me personally, I recommend it. Go listen to it. He went in. It gave me a Marshall's Matters feel. You understand?
Yeah,
The way
Eminem,
he
you
was
get your
rapping,
flowers.
and I was like, yes, yeah.
Eminem, you get your flowers.
I feel like that's dope too because like you mentioned earlier, like we know his good work and his bad work, but I think more recently we were only hearing about his bad work kind of thing. So this is probably good to hear. Like he got it, right?
I'm so happy.
I'm
happy.
Now, did you guys notice or like hear any radio singles, like any songs you'd be like, I can hear this
I
on
think
the radio?
what I can hear, and I'm not a fan of, but the Ed Sheeran I could like
But,
I could
that wasn't a good song,
I could
right?
hear it on Z100 type shit.
But it wasn't a good song. No.
It wasn't, but if it's on Z100,
Nobody want to
it's a
hear about
fucking
Ed Sheeran and
success.
Eminem in a club.
You understand?
They're
You
not
know,
club niggas.
Question very quickly. They're not. But very quickly. And when we come back, we're gonna come back with this question. Having Ed Sheeran on your
Spotify playlist?
not Spotify, like him having Ed Sheeran featured.
Yeah.
Do you feel like I was listening to that track and I was like, Ed is just a fucking culture vulture, bro.
Yeah, baby.
Like,
He's the you know he is? He's the whiter version of Post Malone.
Gotcha.
Whoa.
And we're taking a music break. He hit it on the money. Where's the right there. We coming back, yo.
Later.
I feel like Kid Cudi in this motherfucker right now.
Like, brother, you a trip.
Why pray on my downfall while I ball? Hey, pray on my downfall while I ball. I don't know. Bitch, check my clothes, check my shoes, Look at my ice, 2 cups twice, 2 cups stuff. Big ass book, I'm having cash today. I got a rack today. I blow a bag today. I fuck on a bitch. My bitch was bad today. I bagged a bitch. I bagged a bitch yesterday. Just smash that bitch. I'ma pass that bitch. I get so much that money. Gotta cash that shit. Drippin' flu. Don't catch that shit. Bitch, I'm drippin' go. Straight slime. Bitches after me, not you. Why you pray on my downfall while I ball? Hey, pray on my downfall while I ball. I don't know. Bitch, check my clothes, check my shoes. Look at my ice, 2 cups twice, 2 cups stuff. Big ass book. I got the baddest, baby. Ass is as fattest, ayy. So what would you say? What do you suggest, my nigga? I pull up, I bust the truth. I bet she bust too. She might bust you. Like I thought we gon' bust through. I don't give a fuck about you. Got too many killers in the truth. Got killers and they shooting at your roof. I got killers and they stimming in a condo. I got bitches and they shooting with a rondo. What I'm up now we did with a poncho. I'm a beast, I'm a damn head honcho. Skinny G wearing nigga guns macho. Skinny G. Why you pray on my downfall while I ball? Hey, pray on my downfall while I ball. I don't know. Bitch, check my clothes, check my shoes. Look at my ice, 2 cups twice, 2 cups stuff. Big ass book. I'm having cash today. I got a rack today. I blow a bag today. I fuck on a bitch. My bitch was bad today. I bagged a bitch. I bagged a bitch yesterday. Just smash that bitch. I'ma pass that bitch.
If he slide on mine, we slide on his. Eye for eye, it is what it is. Mothers that gotta bury their kids. It's fucked up, but that's just how niggas live. Whoa, know some nigga that go to the club, over the, whoa.
Oh my God.
If he slide on mine, we slide on his. Eye for eye, it is what it is. 2 mothers that gotta bury their kids. It's fucked up, but that's just how niggas live. Cool niggas getting killed in the field. Whoa, you either adapt or you getting killed. Whoa, whoa. You either adapt or get left behind. Grandma said you don't get a second time. To do things right, gotta do shit right now. Any means for what's best for mine. So, first off, let me start by saying this. You cannot hold nothing. You want the AP and you want to panic your wrist, but you ain't got no hustle. No creative content, all your videos looking so low budget. Bunch of niggas claiming game, but y'all ain't organized. Y'all ain't got no structure. I'm pressure. 4 years old, bones broke on a stretcher. Blessings. Doctor said I shouldn't be here, it's a blessing. Lessons. I remember being lost, asking for direction. Dumbfounded, trying to find my way. Young nigga chillin', run away. Percocet 10s, go for 8. 2 for 7 on his any bars. I done seen niggas Let's get it, lose it all. Once the top dog starts sniffing raw. The track for me, then you gotta have a bag for me. Let you with the gang of family, only fucking with the family. Everybody say they down for me, till the time came I'm down in knee. Ain't nobody lend a hand to me. Why you think it's about the family? If you want a track for me, then you gotta have a bag for me. Let you with the gang of family, only fucking with the family. Everybody say they down for me, till the time came I'm down in knee. Ain't nobody lend a hand to me. Why you think it's about the family? Shout out my best friend down in Texas, said she miss a little bro. I need to put me up like the Collins so I can go chill with my wall. I need to holler at Lil Savvy down in Atlanta, go and see the family. I got a goddaughter, only 2 years old, just started speaking Spanish. I do this shit for my neighborhood, I don't do this shit to try to get a Grammy. Pretty little red bone bitch, got an attitude, summertime she can't stand me. Why? Know some niggas that ride with the state, used to be killers, they hide the fed. Niggas say that they tryna get rich, really be bluffing, you not on your shit. Last off, I'ma finish by saying this, keep your bankroll coming. If you get caught, stay solid, don't snitch, don't let them know nothing. Last off, I'ma finish by saying this, keep your bankroll coming. If you get caught, stay solid, don't snitch, don't let them know nothing. You want a track for me, then you gotta have a bag for me. Let you with the gang of family, only fucking with the family. Everybody say they down for me, till the time.
And I try, so don't tell
Flashbacks, we copping sacks, empty them like mags, then we double back, stuff them in our bags, on our way to class, pills I pop them like a tag, up in sacks, but I swear I never shopped there, always one in my clear, but I only cop there, whatever kept me warm, fuck with me and they were swarm, tried to control every dorm, I was out there in the storm, I was out when it was warm, never dropped, we kept it pouring, I was up with no alarm, back and forth we wasn't torn, one income was getting born, needed something for the mornings and the nights I wasn't yawning. Got a text from one of my darlings, said the party was retarded. They needed gas like someone farted. I said, baby girl, I'm on it. Now we back up in this bitch. I got the back up in this bitch. We bought the sack up in this bitch. Tryna get racks up in this bitch. Always dub, we been the shit. We older now, so we legit. Took his stand, so don't renege. We tryna get it how we live.
Yeah, and I try, so don't tell her. I try, so don't tell her.
Now the loud in the party, no turning it down. Shorty was scoping me out, I'm trying to get in and out. Shorty come here, now we just clicking the beers. Now we just making the cheers to the good life, hoping this shit lasts. I can't get cash, who thought I'd get ass? I'm living this fast, I don't wanna slow up. I wanna drink till I throw up, I want the world to know us. Baby, don't tell me, show us, better yet just show me. Matter of fact, do what you want, I'ma just roll this blunt. The party's in the front, we could just mac in the back. She came and sat on my lap, don't do that. Told her she the shit, don't let it go to your ass. I just hope it clicks like when you done with your gas. She had the nerve to watch me as I went in my stash. I was cool about it, I looked at her and laughed. Now we back up in this bitch, I got the back up in this bitch. We bought the sack up in this bitch, tryna get racks up in this bitch. Always dub, we been the shit, we older now, so we legit. Took his stand, so don't renege, we tryna get it how we live.
Yeah, and I try, so don't tell her. I try, so don't tell her. And I try, so don't tell him none. Don't tell him none. Don't tell him none. I try, so don't tell him none. Don't tell him none. Don't tell him none. I try, I try, I try, I try, I try, I try, I
Yo, Luca, let's go. Yeah, 600 the Benz, dead presidents, no capping, no pretend. Yeah, 600 the Benz, dead presidents, no capping, no pretend. I got money, I got haters, I got bitches, I got flavor. I got money, I got haters, I got bitches, I got flavor. Yeah, 600 the Benz, dead presidents, no capping, no pretend. Hustle and go hard, playing on my cards, money over broads until my soul departs. Gotta make bank, I don't care what you think. Pour it up, double cup, don't ask about my drink. I get what I want. I just and I jump to the ones, dumb bands, make them dance. No London, no France. She a real freak, so down came her pants. Off with the shirt, so up with her hands. Whip clean. Forgiatos, mean. Pull up, scene. Smizzy, lean. Build the beat back, small bricks, big blocks. I'm an addict for the paddock, yeah, big wristwatch. Yeah, 600 the Benz. Dead presidents, no capping, no pretend. Yeah, 600 the Benz. Dead presidents, no capping, no pretend. I got money, I got haters, I got bitches, I got flavor. I got money, I got haters, I got bitches, I got flavor. Yeah, 600 the Benz. Dead presidents, no capping, no pretend. All my stocks on the rise, net worth on the come up. One eye open, propped up with the gun up. So homie don't run up, cause homie get done up. Smashing all these bricks for them coins and the one-ups. Yeah, Smiths like the fire sour. Vanilla Dutchess and rolls, we light them every hour. Yeah, come on, I'm heading to the top. Anybody think I'm not, get found in vacant lots. Here we go again, it's your man Joe Dan. Catching max flight more than Air Jordan. 300 with the kicks, homie Spartan. More than me, I am he and not them. Like yeah, 600 the Benz. Dead presidents, no capping, no pretend. Yeah, 600 the Benz. Dead presidents, no capping, no pretend. I got money, I got haters, I got bitches, I got flavor. I got money, I got haters, I got bitches, I got flavor. Yeah, 600 the Benz. Dead presidents, no capping, no pretend. Yeah, dead presidents. I got money, I got haters, I got bitches, I got.
Hey, yo.
Hey, we back in the building.
What up? Don't you love when people show up early though?
I do.
That
I love it.
professionalism is like you always like that.
I love
Yo,
it.
if we gotta be somewhere at fucking 4:30, it better not be 4:31.
You know what though? I
Because-
can't. I mean, cause I have my moments when I'm a little late.
Nah, but most of the time, like
Most
you
of the time,
always,
you're very
you're
punctual.
always there
Yeah,
early.
I have to be. I learned through trial and error.
Didn't you just go through some shit where somebody came late to a meeting with you or something like that? Like you had a meeting with somebody and they showed up late? I think it was like several weeks ago.
Even if you did, don't
Probably.
admit to
Yeah,
that.
So I'm like, probably, but I was just like, you know what? we
Don't relive that shit. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it
Yo.
go. Let it
So
go.
I was doing I was going through like my Twitter,
Oh really?
right?
Oh, you
And-
bet-
Because
back
you're on
on
Twitter
Twitter?
now, right?
Yeah, I'm on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Wait,
now.
what's your at? Put your at. You gotta.
My
Yeah, go
ad
ahead.
is at V-Henny1. It's always been V-Henny1, the number one, right?
tweet her.
So I was going through it and I saw that Casanova.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yo, free."
Yo,
Free
but
Pop Smoke.
do you think he did that as do you think he did that as a joke or he was
Niggas say they
what he was
outside.
saying in the shit was just like, nigga, I'm humbled. I'm good about my status. Nobody's gonna bring me down even if they coming after me. But do you think street niggas respect that response?
Damn. I'll be honest. I think
You think he was trolling?
not a little bit,
Okay.
but knowing what Casanova's been through and what he
Jail nigga.
speaks in his interviews, like he's very much wouldn't wish jail on anybody.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think he's like genuine in that, but obviously there's a little jab, there's a little shade in there. You know what I
He
mean?
was in
Like,
jail with ASAP Rocky too. ASAP Rocky
Yeah.
tells the story of how Casanova saved his life.
Oh, really?
Niggas tried to jump him in the bathroom and Casanova saved his life, and they made a joke that because they say Casanova slipped in the bathroom, so they made a joke he slipped on somebody's sperm.
real quick, I just want to read the tweet, just for reference, right? So,
Yeah.
So quote, free Pop Smoke. I don't wish jail on no man. Yeah, I know he called me Trashanova. When I catch him, I'm gonna knock his teeth out.
His
He
teeth.
kept
He kept it.
Until
He kept,
then, Brooklyn forever.
he kept it a buck.
End
He kept it a
quote.
buck. I
Yeah.
think he kept it a buck. I mean, all right. So let's talk about. Did you hear the track with Pop Smoke?
I did. That's fire.
Yeah, nah, Christopher Walken.
Fire.
Christopher Walken.
Niggas say they outside.
But I
Fire.
hate being who I am because I'm still from the era of reading lyrics.
Yeah.
So like when I read lyrics, he said the same thing the entire.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Like there's no lyrics no more in.
There was no bar. It wasn't
It
really
was
bars
it was
in
just
that,
a
you know what I
dope
mean?
song.
Yeah, in that
Yo,
beat.
but
that
those
beat?
those, and then the
Yeah.
video was very basic too. It was two settings, one in the car and one outside. And then he kept showing a lot of activist
Because
stuff
what he was trying
with
to show.
war
Yeah,
and.
that video was
He was-
fire. Everything
He
was
was
fire
trying to
about
show that
man.
he'd be outside. That's the whole thing. saying.
Yo, you stupid.
So he had a line in that song I just thought was fire when I heard it, and he said something like, "Just 'cause I dance, don't think I'm pussy."
Oh yeah.
Because you know that there's like a big dance movement going on in Brooklyn. And a lot of their music people are doing those dances too. So it was just funny to him say that, and it lets me know like his mind his eyes is still to the streets.
Remember what Button said? Button was like, how you claiming you a thug and you Superman? I just seen you in the club doing the Superman.
Right, dancing has never been gangster, right?
I mean, but I feel like, you know what, though?
In this day and age, you got to do everything.
I feel like Chris Brown has opened that book.
Yeah, because he's a G.
He's opened that book to a lot of people and proved them that just because I dance, I'm not pussy.
Right,
you understand?
right, yeah.
So I feel like it was Chris Brown who opened that light for everyone.
You remember when he got beat up, right? By Frank Ocean over a parking spot?
Who, Chris Brown?
Frank Ocean was parked in Chris Brown's parking spot, so Chris Brown made a big stink about it. Frank Ocean came out and two-pieced him.
What?
Yeah, Frank Ocean beat that nigga.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Nah, he beat that nigga up, yo.
Damn, son. So my thing is and
you believe in the beef?
I think the beef has been like something going on. My thing with that song, he mentioned how he's the king of New York, right? And then you have Casanova, who's like, I'm the king of New York, right?
I wonder what they based this on now.
I was just like, I wonder too,
what do
because
you guys
I don't
base
think.
it on?
Good question, though.
I don't think
What
neither.
do you base it on, V? What would you base it on? To have King of New York status? Before we find out who do you think? Just to have that status, what do you base it on?
I feel like to claim King of New York, you had to obviously be out here. For a while, you have to conquer New York.
So you gotta be outside.
I feel like you have to be outside. You have to be outside, but you have to obviously conquer where your territory, and to remain king, obviously you have to continue conquering it.
Right.
So that means that you got to go through battles and everything. So I feel like, in order for and I'm just saying, let me go back. In order to claim king,
you gotta
of New
unpackage
York,
this, V.
Yeah, I feel like Pop Smoke is too.
No.
Yes. Yeah. You're new to claim that.
Right.
Title.
Yeah.
You see, for me, Casanova, I think Casanova, he has a movement out here. You understand?
He's been out like 3 years.
He
probably,
has,
right?
but I feel like,
yeah.
For me, man, I don't know, maybe. I feel like the king of New York, to be honest, I'm going to say it's Jay-Z for me, bro. Like, Jay-Z has been out here for how many years? The establishment is still here.
Got the queen. He got the queen.
He got the queen.
Yeah.
He
got New York.
The Barclays. Look at what he's done in New York.
He brought a team to New York.
And everybody, you might argue with me, and you probably you're probably like, nah, you bugging. But look at his record, his track list. Like, he's faced and battled so many people, and he's lost. Yeah. But yet he still conquered.
Still kept,
And he did the team thing. He did the team thing. He did the dynasty.
He created millionaires.
He created millionaires. He gave back.
He made alliances.
He truly has. If there was a checklist, he's checked off all the boxes.
Yeah. And you had to add more boxes because it's stuff that he's done. Like,
and he's still doing. Look at the NFL.
The silent fight.
Political. You understand? Like, he's an activist, and like, there's just so much that he's doing that for me to say, for Casanova to make that statement stating that he's the king of New York, I have to see more.
But do you remember? And this is the problem with that name and the status of King of New York. Do you remember when Takaki was like?
That he was claiming King of New York.
But remember who vouched for him? 50. Remember 50?
But 50, he liked the drama.
He liked the drama.
Remember Cardi? But Cardi also that year was up for the status of King of New York.
I feel like Cardi's the King of New York.
Yeah,
She was in my top 3. I was like, Cardi, Jay-Z.
But she don't write her own rhymes. That's okay with you? If she don't write her own rhymes, being the King of New York? That's okay with you?
Allegedly.
Especially if no. Nigga, you can yeah, she won. Who gave her an award? ASCAP gave her the Writer of the Year award. Yeah. But if you look at her Wikipedia, Bodak Yellow is written by her and 3 other people.
But she's still.
It's hers. I know it's hers.
She's still
it's hers.
part of that. She's still getting credit, which sucks because she probably just threw like or put hat.
Yeah.
Put
You
cat
might
right
have some
there.
input, and you know, it's good. Like me, I'm big on like credits. You know, like I'm a subscriber to Tidal, and I love the feature where I can go click on the track and I can see the writers and the composers and all these things.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe she's listed as the only writer, and then they cut some behind the door deals.
There's a secret behind
You know what I mean?
like was it you?
The what?
Somebody was arguing with me about if Lauryn Hill stepped into the ring right now, and maybe I don't know who it was, but there's allegedly Lauryn Hill's first album wasn't written by her.
Yeah, there was some
Yeah,
other
I heard
writers,
about that.
and but
they
it says all
co-wrote it.
her.
Yeah.
I don't care. That
And again,
album
there's
was
probably
so-
some back deal, that we work out.
They probably did.
Yeah.
So you
I
guys
felt
don't
the
take
same
away
thing.
from
Maybe-
you
There's
guys.
probably
maybe I
a
offered
few
you-
NDA.
Yeah.
Oh, your NDA, you can't say
Yeah.
shit for 10, 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Non-disclosure, can't talk about it.
Do-
You know what I mean? Even then, it's like maybe they took an advancement, and that
Facts.
advancement in that deal
Was
is,
the
all right,
contract.
you get your money now, but we're working on this, and when it's done, this is mine.
Do you feel like that's a loss?
Yeah. For the
For the-
when you think about like long-term and generational wealth and building wealth, it's like, for example, like Justin Weaver, I think that's his name, the one that
Bieber.
no Weaver. He
Weaver.
sang, he was on a song with Chingy, One Call Away.
Okay.
He used to be on TV and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He sang the Simba song, I Can't Wait
If
to
you
Be
wanna
King.
come home
Right.
with me.
Yeah, One Call Away. He sang that song, and his mother fought for royalties because they were going to pay, like, I think $1 million or so up front.
Okay.
Disney was going to pay, like, cash money up front. You got it, kind of thing. His mother fought for royalties, so he's still receiving money off that song today.
Yo, shout
So
out to
that's
a
the
good mom.
difference between,
Yeah.
taking the money advance, so let me get this quick check, or let me really think about, like, my life and my family and my kids.
So can I ask you then? You would probably know, even though I should know because I make music, but you would probably know better. What the fuck is a 360 deal then?
It all depends.
Oh,
All 360
'cause I have
deals.
They
Oh,
keep
they-
modifying
Yeah,
that shit.
Okay.
you just, it all depends though. But
Yeah.
basically, they take a large percentage, obviously.
That-
But
Like, everything
A 360 is supposed to come back around to you, no? That's what's called the 360 deal. What's the point
it's
of the?
because of every little thing you do,
And you're
they taking a cut
they're
of
taking
that.
a
Yeah.
cassette, and then you get what's
Yeah.
left.
yeah.
So whose responsibility is it, the artist or the label, to make sure that there's growth in your brand?
It's,
Both,
it's,
right?
it's both, but to be honest, you as an artist, it all depends on what type of artist are you and where you want to go. So like I know artists that don't want to take that 360 deal and they rather go the independent route, right? But then I know artists where they're like, I don't give a fuck, give me a contract and I'm willing to do it. And I see both ends. You understand? Like I learned to understand now, like I can understand why you want to get signed by a label.
Yeah.
But then I also understand why it's best to be an indie artist. As an indie artist, you have creative control.
Right.
You understand? You have 100% of your content,
That
you
ownership,
know?
yeah.
But then with a label, they have more resources. They have more budget.
Right.
They know
You
more
understand?
people.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the resources in itself is again in this
The value.
in this industry is not how talented you are, it's who you know.
Real
You
shit,
understand?
yeah.
So that's the thing with these labels where I think that's the picture they paint. Like, well, you could get this, that, you get a feature with this. You know, it depends on what label
Right,
you're with.
yeah.
So I feel like whose responsibility is that? It all falls under the artist. But it also falls under the artist but I need to know where you want to be at and what are you looking for.
What do you say to artists that say they're trapped in their contract? Like, let me go. You know, I shouldn't owe you any more albums, or I'm not getting. You're not like with the situation with Wayne and Baby, right? Where Baby didn't want to unleash his album, but he was letting out Young Thug, he was letting out other people, and Wayne obviously sued and got out of it. But where do you stand on that? Do you think that since you signed your shit over to the label, nigga, you gotta eat it?
You gotta eat it, bro.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
And that's hard too, but it's
Get a good lawyer.
yeah, that too.
Get a good lawyer,
Yeah.
but you gotta eat it. So I
Yeah.
think with Lil Wayne, the fact that he's been with Baby for such a long time since he was a kid, so I think he didn't. And at the time that these are
Yeah, of course.
guys that they grew up from nothing. So you understand, like
don't
they were
expect
just
for
like
somebody
they
that
didn't-
loves you like that to fuck
a
you
lot
over.
of people was just signing
Just
shit without
signing,
knowing
yeah,
anything.
Just off the love,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So
Just
I don't
off
think
GP.
Wayne knew he was gonna get into anything like that.
Yeah.
I think he just went on the strength like, yo, this is like my pops. You
Right.
understand? Like
Yeah,
he
so
would
I'ma
never
sign
fuck
it,
me
yeah, fuck
over.
it, yeah.
And look at.
And then to your point, it's like, who would have thought that they'd become worldwide Cash Money, Young Money, Drake, Nicki. You know, like who would have thought it would have got that?
But
big?
that's what she said
'Cause
before. You
still
gotta
have
make sure
even,
you have
still
your.
as an artist, you still have even indie labels. They still fucking motherfuckers up.
Mm-hmm.
So read your shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all
Yeah.
I like. So, cause you have a lot of indie artists. I mean, indie labels that will still try to fuck you over.
Yeah.
Facts.
So it doesn't matter to me whether it's a big label or a smaller independent label. You as an artist, it's your responsibility to read those contracts. And if you cannot read it, motherfucker, everything you're rapping about, if you're talking about money, you better spend that money and get a motherfucking good lawyer.
I wonder how fucking this nigga Kelly
it's
did
crazy
it.
you
They
bring
say,
that
well,
up
Kelly
too,
don't
'cause
fucking
even
read.
just recently, K-Camp came out and started
Yeah.
put out some tweets, right?
Yeah.
About
yeah.
Interscope, and even before that, Tory Lanez was talking about
Yeah,
Interscope.
They're
So
fighting
it's
right
like-
now with him because he has so many features on his album.
Yeah.
He has so many features on his album that not only do those artists have to get paid because he took their samples, but the label also has to get paid for marketing it everywhere. So Tory's like, but nigga, I put the body of work together. How y'all gonna tell me that I'm not qualified to get this amount of money from you when I put it together? But that's like a person sampling the Beatles. You know, they're still the Beatles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
still have
got
to
to pay out.
you
to
still
them,
got to pay out. You know, if you love the
Yeah.
music that much, you appreciate the fact that I think the problem with Tory is they want to take all his touring money too.
Ooh.
That's where he's supposed to make his money off these
And then
songs.
that goes
Touring.
back to
The label wants the touring money. The label feels
and
we put it
imagine
together.
You talking like 50 racks a venue, 100 racks a venue.
Yo.
You do
More.
30 venues.
I heard the weekend costs $200K to get in the building.
And that's probably just a walkthrough, right?
That's
not
the
even
I
weekend.
think, I think that's a walkthrough.
Probably, yeah,
I think that's walkthrough
so
money.
then that goes back to what you're saying, V, about your contracts and how important it is to just hook up with a good lawyer. And you know what? Sometimes we do get jerked, we get screwed.
Yeah.
But then it's like, all right, then what do you do after that? Get another lawyer to like review the contract, and maybe they'll show you, hey, you fucked up here. Let's try to restructure your deal. You know, there's so much you could do.
And to piggyback what you're saying, like with the, as far as like we mentioned about the lawyer, do not, because I know artists who got fucked with this.
Yeah.
Get your own lawyer.
Yes. Do not use.
Do not use the label's lawyer, bro.
No, don't do that.
Is that like using the lawyer they give you in court when you first the legal aid? That's like using the legal aid. Wonder why you got all the fines and you went to jail.
Because they're not
like
gonna
they
give
don't
you
work for
everything.
you. Like,
They don't. They work for the labels or like the indie, the company in itself. So they're not gonna give you everything. They're just gonna give you. You understand? They're gonna paint the picture of what's pretty. They're probably gonna point out little certain things, but not the obvious.
Right.
You understand?
Like you're locked in for 20 years.
Yeah, probably. Because even like now going to like an indie label, I know we just talked about the majors and how they jerk artists, but with the indie label, there was a situation with Wiz Khalifa, and he was signed to Roshan Records. I believe he still is signed. Pretty much started when he was like 16. So who knows what kind of deal you were given at the age of 16, right? Now he wants to restructure his deal and things like that. Lawsuit, right? Well, Rostam is like, well, we invested this much money. We're owed this much money. Wiz is like, well, I already paid you all that money, so I should be out of my contract now. And it's, it could be major indie, right?
It's a battle.
Weeknd was a genius when he signed with Drake, because when Weeknd signed with Drake,
he never signed.
But
he didn't sign.
But
he went and did his own
bought
deal
out
with
his
Warner.
contract, didn't he? I
No,
thought
he never signed.
He never
signed.
He just took OVO money, put out a single, and then dipped.
Never
What
signed.
he did.
Because he was under OVO.
He did his own. He might be on the distro, but he's signed to Warner Brothers.
See, that's one of the smarter things to do too. But then again, now because so
What
many
if you
people
don't
are
honor
doing,
it?
That's the thing. If you don't honor it or not, like so many artists are trying to go that route too now with the whole distro deal.
Yeah.
They're starting to do fucked up contracts with that too. So it's like at the end of the day, you as
everybody trying to get everybody.
yeah, I mean everybody's trying to make some money.
Yeah.
Like you said though, it's a responsibility of both people, because you know what? There's probably has been artists that has made a statement or made a dent with less than what the labels are offering as far as a $50,000 consignment deal. You know what I mean? We give you $50K, you make $500K, and that's how you prove to us you own you get the contract. There's probably have artists that took that $50K and okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll honor the shit. I'll take that $50K and I'll make sure that $50K is filed, because it's up to the artist too to do the footwork. You know what I mean? Like even if you get a little bit of push, it's still up to you to make sure you call your manager, you call your promoter, you call these people, you call the person that's supposed to be in the studio with you, call your producer. Yo, is that track coming up? Yo, are we still good with that? Yo, what happened to that bag? Yeah. Yo, remember we were supposed to get a bag last month for this? It never came up my account. It's your responsibility to not act like you're Blueface and you don't know what your contract says.
And even if it's not you, then it's the people around you. Somebody around you has to be that person, right? Like your personal assistant or your manager, whatever.
Or you got somebody like Selena.
I think that's what happened to Fresher.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I remember Fresher saying that in an interview where, like, his team, there was just so many things going on with it. Like, your team, like they're saying, like, oh, go to this person to do that, right? People come to me like, oh, go to him, he handles that, or go to her. But they were doing so many things behind the scenes that he got pretty much screwed over as far as, like, when it came to, like, the business part. And he said in an interview, like, because of everything, all the shadiness that was happening behind the scenes, he took it upon himself to learn the business. And it's vital for you as an artist to learn the business. That's what they say, like, if you're gonna be an artist, be an artist. Do so many things, but if you're gonna be that artist, that you know what you're getting into, you knowing your laws, and you knowing because if they fuck you over, and if you don't know what the fuck you're doing,
it's
you
all on
fucked.
you. Yeah. It's on, you can't
and if you don't have a budget, you fucked.
Yeah.
You fucked.
Yeah.
So that it's crazy. It's crazy with how the industry is, bro. But I feel like it's not only just music. It's just the entertainment world, like, or just any fucking normal corporate.
I mean, even to that, it's like it's the music industry, right? It's the music business, right? So it's like we can be artists in that space, but realize like there's still a business that there's still day-to-day business operations that take place. Yeah. And whether you're in those meetings or not, it's still happening. Kind of thing. So there are people making decisions about your life before you even wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Absolutely. and that's why I feel bad for people that are, not that I feel bad. Please, I don't feel bad.
Yeah, I was like, who you feel bad for?
No. I mean, it's just. Could you imagine being like so successful at a young age in life, and besides not knowing like hardship, just in general being able to look at something, want it, and go get it. You know what I mean? Like to be able to put out a song like Justin Bieber's song "Yummy." Yo, you know what that was? That was him showing you I can just do this whenever I want.
Wait, didn't you say? Hold on. Apparently he said that he was telling his fans to stream.
Oh yeah, you know who too? His girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, Selena Gomez. She went ahead because Rowdy Rich right now is leading on streams. So this is why Bieber threw some shade. So he threw some shade like, congratulations to this guy, but you should go stream my shit too. And then Selena Gomez goes ahead and takes after him and does the same thing.
But I heard it worked for her though. It didn't work for Bieber, but it worked for
everybody. Bieber's fucked himself up.
And not only that, why y'all hating on Rowdy? This is because Rowdy's here. Y'all been famous. Leave this boy alone.
Right? Like this is Rowdy's first #1. I think Justin threw some shade too, where he was like, "Congrats on your first #1."
Nigga, you got pink hair. Nigga, you got pink hair. Cameron was the last nigga allowed to do that, and he was a New Yorker. You ain't getting away with that shit.
He didn't dye his hair with that.
Nah, he ain't dye his hair.
He just got the pink range, which is hard just by itself, and the mink. Yeah, with the little the mink hat.
And the Tims.
Yeah, you can.
That's just nasty culture, B. Like when you gotta ask people, like it's one thing to say, you know, if you're my fans, you know.
But he's saying it because his fucking streams are low.
Yeah.
So I just find it fucked up and funny that you have to go. You have to go to your fans and be like, yo, can you stream while you're sleeping?
Yeah, let it run, let it play in the background, turn the volume down. Don't put it on mute. Just turn the volume down.
But you know why I can kind of appreciate that?
Why?
Devil's advocate, I can kind of appreciate that because of what French Montana did.
Yeah.
French Montana
allegedly,
was
right?
farming.
Allegedly, yeah.
He rented that building across the street, right? And he hired 100 people with computers and said, guys, put this on a playlist and everybody listen to it for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to pay $100,000.
Yep.
So I respect Bieber asking
I'll
his
listen
fans.
to that shit.
Coming back. You want to take this break?
Yeah. Yo, we're going to take a music break and we're going to come back.
Mikey Polo coming back, baby.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
And my nigga Carson, man, killed this beat.
Sound like that, but just went on. No! and sell it for low. This that high grade, bitch, I'm the hottest rapper in the tri-state, this ragu. You ain't never tri-state, watch me Millie rockin' to my back, ayy. Watch me Millie rockin' to them rack A's. I got hella hoes, it's on bad pay site. I got a wife and she sucking this dick. If these niggas so hot, I'ma run in they crib. Fuck what it was, cause it is what it is. I can't sign a 360 cause I know my shit. Every new song on Brazy, all of these rings I feel like I'm Brady. She wanna fucking Mercedes, gang cash money like I'm on a baby. Want a free verse, had to tell him no. Should've got a perm, now hair won't grow. Throw that ass back, bring it back to the floor. Like limbo, wanna see you get low. Had to cut him off cause he moved too wacky. Hit the corner store and got me a chachi. Fuck her from the back and made the whole knot knees. In the trap, I got the word from the poppies. And I'm flyer than a bitch. Once I get a check, boy, I'ma ice out my wrist. She got ass, so much ass that I ain't worried about tits. Hop in the coupe and I'll lose it. That boy make great music. And I'm flyer than a bitch. Once I get a check, boy, I'ma ice out my wrist. She got ass, so much ass that I ain't worried about tits. Hop in the coupe and I'll lose it. That boy make great music. Niggas don't want no smoke with me. Came with smoke like a chimney. On the block, he serving that Timothy. Damn, this sound like a hit to me. No Beyblade gang, let it rip for me. For the bitch once and let her go. I'm so making, tell me no. I'm running again like tic-tac-toe. Got a weekend, bitch, no X and O. And I got a Drake, no Drizzy. Spinning your block and I came with a semi. She all the white just like Demi. I got the blunts and the gang got the Henny. Chopper tell jokes, I ain't Rennie. Heard that your feature is worth like a penny. What? Niggas owe me like 50 now. Soak up the drip like he ShamWow. Came with a Drake, but this ain't pop style. Boozy face till the white me down. And I'm flyer than a bitch. Once I get a check, boy, I'ma ice out my wrist. She got ass, so much ass that I ain't worried about tits. Hop in the coupe and I'll lose it. That boy make great music. And I'm flyer than a bitch. Once I get a check, boy, I'ma ice out my wrist. She got ass, so much ass that I ain't worried about tits. Hop in the coupe and I'll lose it. That boy make great music.
Jiggy baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Holla. 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 Whoa. Holla. Whoa. Yeah. We're back in the spot. Hey. Taking my shots. Hey. Turn up and run up them slots. Hey. 2 twins is what I got. Hey, Tay, we got one. Pull up in the drop. Hey. Never see me in the drought. Never see me in the house. Hey. Never see me out about. Only place you see me. Hold up. Whoa. Piping up. If you know who I was typing for, superstar to you hyping up. Only trophies who I'm wiping up. Hold up, who inviting us? If the money that in blue is signing up, we too different, no describing us. The cake mine anyway, you slice it up. Hold up, you serving what? I went to LA and just started turning up. Curve your bluff, heard your stuff. My future used to be like $30. Heard us. Niggas pockets was just Halloween. Now I'm charging folks about 1,000, and I swear I'm doing features like every week. Go back in the spot, taking my shots. Hey, turn up and run up them slots. 2 twins is what I got. Pull up in the trap. Never see me in the drought. Never see me in the house. Never see me out about. Only place you see me is oh shit. In Atlanta, baby's on 6. How you f***ing with your own sis? If you come and bring your own split, hold up. Hear the truth, all the moving stopping once you hit a dude. They so scared to get away with you. You play the fruit while I play the flute. Hold up, jiggy shit. 1,000 things that you can miss me with. I don't take too much, just give and give. I don't do too much, just let me live. Major days, major pain to live a major way. In my shoes, you couldn't stay a day, and now I'm breaking rules. I never play it safe. Whoa, pull up in the spot. Taking them shots, turn up and run up them slots. 2 twins is what I got. Pull up in the drop. Never see me in the drought. Never see me in the house. Never see me out about. Only place you see me is in the club.
Jiggy baby.
Only place you see me is in the club. Only place you see me is in the club. They just mad at that bitch show me love.
Jiggy baby.
Know what I my bitch pussy.
Yo, DJ Dwizzy, you're the body.
My bitch, she pretty. Know what I drink. Slime. My bitch pussy pink, ay. But you know what? Drinking on pink, yeah. Ay. My bitch pussy pink, yeah. What do you think? Just bought a milk, but that bitch pink. I do not drink unless it's pink. What do you think? I bought a mink. I got a wipe and she up by the sink. Yeah, she like the cocaine. High as hell, laugh like hyena. Bad little bitch, I'm a fuck. Got a hidden list with me, so little nigga give it up. Bought my bitch a new ass, now she looking thick as fuck. If she giving good head, I'ma hit her on my truck. Got her popping pills with me. Feeling like Bobby and Whitney. Riding around, remember riding in the 6-speed. Quite dapper with the fashion, quite nifty. Sipping is the pink, got a nigga moving slow. Pouring bitch with me, got her playing with her nose. I'ma buy a burger bag, Jimmy Choo all on her toe. And my diamonds too cold, it's a damn afro. Now I put pink all on my bitch. Pussy drip all on my dick. I'ma bust all on her tits. When I beat it from the back and grab her hips, I do that pink. My bitch pussy pink. I love my mink. Yeah, that bitch pink. I love my pink. My bitch pussy pink. I love it, my mink. I love with that pink. Know what I drink? My bitch pussy pink. But you know what? Drinking on pink. Yeah. Hey. My bitch pussy pink. Yeah. What do you think? Just bought a milk, but that bitch pink. Yeah. Jump in the hell, can never mind, I switch to the cool. I got two bitches rubbing clicks, don't know what to do. They throwing off the molly, they tripping, I give them the boo. My bitch for a bitches, so nigga do not have to choose. My bitch is a pink, yeah. She seeing them comments under my picture, do not know what to think, yeah. A nigga just popped a perk 40, just spilled the bottle down the sink, yeah. I'm smoking big get to the face, I got my eyes looking like a chink, yeah. Ooh, nigga feel bad, so I popped in rest. Pop percent, nigga can't feel my patty. 2015, kicked down with a shotty. Pink slip on me, ain't read that addy. Bring struck, nigga, pink bag, I got it. 3 pills on me, yeah, I got your bitch shopping. Shower with me, yeah, ain't no stepping. Shower with me, yeah, ain't no stink. Know what I drink? My bitch pussy pink. But you know what? Drinking on pink. Yeah. Hey. My bitch pussy pink. Yeah. What do you think? Just bought a milk, but that bitch pink. Yeah.
I am, I feel like...
You're the emo slime.
Yeah, the emo prince. You know what I'm saying? I don't call myself a king because I feel like king's old. Like, I'm be a king, you know what I'm saying? I'm a prince right now. I want to live in the young stage of what I'm doing.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not old yet. But, yeah, like, I'm the emotional slime. Like, I get mad quick, but I put it in my music, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the sad slime. I'm not the, oh, let's drown ourselves in drug slime. Like, that's not what emo stand for me. Not cut your wrist, not none of that. Yeah. It's just emotions. You could be, all my songs could be happy and turned up. That's still an emotion, you know what I'm saying? So that's me. I'm just emotional in a good way.
What made you go about that though? Like just grabbing that like emo part.
Growing up, a lot of people didn't care about what I said. So until I made them care about what I said. So now it's like my emotions is what I feel. So now you're gonna do what I feel, or you gonna listen to what I feel, how I feel. You know.
That's awesome that you that's your first bar to clarify that too. When you say because. First thing is stereotype when we hear the word emo. Unfortunately, in this day and age that we live, we do think about people with a lot of mental health issues and a lot of people that are dabbling in drugs and a lot of people that, when we think emotional, 20 years ago we would have thought cutting your wrist. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We would have thought gothic and all that crazy stuff. So for you to clarify that those aren't the emotions that you peak upon.
I'm not gothic at all.
Yeah, nah, I peak upon my emotions that make me feel good. And when I'm angry, I peak upon those. Yeah. But you actually... You pay attention to those. You know what I mean? You don't try to bandage them with other things in life. Yeah, like you let them out.
I'm in touch with all my emotions.
That's great. They say art reflects pain. You got a lot of tattoos on your body.
Yeah, I got a lot of pain.
There you go.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Could you break down any of the tattoos that are noticed on your appearance?
Yeah, when did you get your first face tattoo? I really want to know about that one.
LGIG is Loud Gang Ink Gang. That's my
team,
official, unofficial label that I'm gonna start. But I started it a minute ago, you know.
Gotcha.
And then my favorite one is Power, cause like I did all this to get power, like in a great way. Like not like, oh, I want to run the world and make everybody do what I say, but I do want to run the world in a great way and make everybody realize like what you say matters.
Yeah.
So it's like instead of listening to what I say, do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking you gotta be in a box. Like literally wake up and do what you want. Like you know, something like you hitting it. Like do what you want all together. Like don't, oh, I gotta sound like this or look like this. Like plenty of people told me not to look like this.
Yeah.
I was just gonna mention that because I know you mentioned like your mom's told you was the first one not to have any tattoos.
Yo, my mom, she hated when I got face tattoos. She was like, "You messing up your face." Even her, she like, "Don't get no more face tats." And I come back in the crib with another face tat. I'm like, "I might go get a tattoo, 2 more face tats." Like it's just they're like, "You got more space." I don't care. I want it where I want it. Like it's just I've always been like that. Like since I was a kid, like I want stuff. If I'm doing it, I want it how I want it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why when they say if you want something done, like the right way, do it yourself.
Yes.
So I can't complain because I get it done how I want it myself. So.
Yeah.
How did you, growing up, you know, how did you overcome depression? I mean, I know you was doing that. You've done dancing in the past. You started off dancing and singing, right?
Well, I wasn't like dancing like church boy dancing.
No, not dancing like that. But you did a few,
yeah,
you know,
like,
dance. And I know you was singing.
Yeah,
You started off singing.
I started off. Yeah, I was a singer first. And like I know like you know how people doing like crumping and stuff like that. So like I try to dip and dab. Like, I know how to jerk crump. I know how to do all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but sadly I thought it was so uncool because I was so much into the hood activities that I was like I'm gonna stop dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be in the hood and doing the stuff I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm popping out moonwalking. They like back then it was like. Bro, come on, stay on 50. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole time you gotta stay militant.
Stay on point, right?
You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody like can't be in the trap house dancing all day. Like now you can, cause now nobody care. You see gangsters, hey, you know what I'm saying? So nobody care. You know what I'm saying?
So real, it's so crazy you say that, cause we literally in the earlier segment we had a conversation about that and how back then gangsters didn't dance. It wasn't gangsters.
You just stood there in the club with your arms like this.
Yeah, chilling. You probably got the strap on you now. It's like I might have the strap, but you gonna see me.
Yeah, she gonna feel it when she twerking. She gonna feel the strap. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, but like going back to it, like how aside from like creatively, what was another way that how did you overcome like certain moments where you had to face depression as growing up?
Well, for me the easiest thing, I mean, I resorted to a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? But a good thing I would say I resorted to was music.
Okay.
Like, depression, it really, like, it made me look at myself. Like, I put myself in a room by myself and just be like, you know what, damn, like, what is life? Like, what's going to happen when we die? What's going to happen when this happens? Like, I just was thinking too far ahead of time to be in elementary and middle school. Like, why am I thinking about dying and I've only been here for 13 years? Like, why am I thinking about what's going to happen, like what my life means, and I'm 13, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing I thought like that, but it's also like, it fuck with my head, you know what I'm saying? I literally was going crazy. I'd be like, damn, I don't know what to think about. And then putting it into music, like, I tried different routes, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's aggressive rap. Sometimes I make a mosh type song. Like, it depends on what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Most of my song Toxic, that was a song I literally went through a heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? So I made a song about it because it was like I kept thinking about that same situation over and over and over and over. And I was like, all right, fuck it, let me make a song about it.
You want it? I was gonna piggyback off what she said.
Yeah, all right, so yeah, keep going.
What's the root though? Like, besides having moments of quitting, like, what's the root of where you wanted to open your eyes up and say, I'm gonna put this shit into an art form where people could understand me? What was that like? The activation on you?
Shit, I got locked up.
Oh shit.
I got locked up.
That's a real eye opener.
That shit changed me. That's a real
eye opener.
Yeah, I was fucking up. Like, it was cool when I was under 18 because I get locked up and they let me right back out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, different shit like. And I'm smart, so I knew how to talk my way out of getting the maximum, but I still get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because rules ain't no snitching. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to halfway get in trouble. But once you turn 18, ain't no halfway. You know what I'm saying? So when they hit me and got me with whatever, it was just on some shit like, damn, like, all right, now I fucked up these opportunities. Let me do this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm good at a lot of different things. But it was like, all right.
Okay.
And then, you know, I have a beautiful child, a daughter. So she changed a lot. Because if she wasn't here, I'd probably be a little more wilder.
Okay.
But she calmed me down, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, all right, like, I'm still going to be how I am. But I got to think, like, I can't get locked up. I can't do something that's going to make me have beef and get killed quicker or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Take you away from her.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I really start easing up out the street life. Because I'm like, I don't care. Like, everybody that know me, they know I'll walk in your hood and be how I want to be. You know what I'm saying? But it's not on no intentions on some aggressive, like, yeah, I'm taking over.
Yeah.
It's on some, bruh, I ain't coming to start no problems. If that's what you want, that's what you're going to get. But I ain't coming to start no problems. I'm coming to just chill, smoke,
just
vibe
be
out, be
stuff,
cool, we
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I like being.
It seems like a big part of your brand is very much just like just be yourself.
Yeah.
Just be who you are. Like
Very
you
much.
said, like I'm gonna walk up in the hood and it's not to fight, but I'm gonna present to you the way I am. Kind of thing. Like this is me.
Either you take it or you
authentically.
leave it.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person, like, everybody that knows me, I use this phrase a lot, say, we grown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, once I reached over 18, I could make a decision to chill with you or not. And if I don't answer your call or chill with you, you can't get mad at me because it's like, we grown. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm not going to determine if you're going to become what you're going to be, and you're not going to determine that for me unless we working together to do something.
Yeah.
And still, at the end of the day, we both still got to work hard on our separate occasions. You know what I'm saying? So people don't understand. That's when homeboys that grew up with you be like, oh, damn, you just leave me out back. Nigga, you left yourself out back. You didn't want to get a job, or you didn't want to go in the studio, or you was waiting for me to get something free, and you was going to get it too. Like, nah, bro. You
That's
know
kind of
what I'm
like what we spoke about off camera, too, where it's like the moment you stop, that's it.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah,
click,
that's
right?
true.
It's
Like,
bad.
bro,
But
the
if
moment
keep
you
going-
stop is super done. Like, I broke my leg in 2018, and my career went down because I couldn't walk for 3 months.
Right.
So I couldn't perform. I wasn't recording. I couldn't get no cars, so I couldn't go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? It was, like, really fucking with my mental. I went back through depression, you know what I'm saying?
How was
Like,
your, so how did you get out of the depression?
shit, anger. I ain't gonna hold you. Anger helped me out. I got so mad through my crutches. I was telling everybody, I was telling everybody, fuck them. I was like, fuck this. If I can't rap, like, I was going off. You know what I'm saying? I literally, like, took myself. I was like, I can't play with my daughter. Like, it got me mad. You know what I'm saying? So I literally, like, they say you're not supposed to be walking till this time. All right, I hear y'all, but I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a walker. I had a walker going down. Like, it's snow outside. I was in Maryland, walking down, going to my bro house, walking to his crib. Then went from the walker to a cane, limping, going there to move to New York to now you got to walk everywhere. Walking with a cane to now I don't need no cane to I'm running, playing basketball, skateboarding. You know what I'm saying? I got right back to where I was.
Real shit.
And everybody was looking at me like, damn, nigga, you like the Hulk. I'm like, bro, all you got to do is same thing with music. It's consistent. Like, I'm just like, I want to do this shit, so I'm going to keep doing it. I don't want to be looked at as a handicapped rapper. You feel me? Like, I ain't even going to hold you like.
I don't know.
Like,
Blind Fury got pretty far.
I mean, he got pretty far, but let me keep it like this. In my lane of
Where's he
music
now?
and my
Yeah,
fan
yeah.
base, bro, the female's not going to fuck with that. Like,
Nah,
what? Nigga,
They might
what?
have that
What you gonna do?
sympathy.
Come sit on my cast.
Yeah, you feel me? You feel me? Come sign my
You know,
cast,
Mikey
baby.
like the pink. He like the pink. You know,
Oh,
he
what?
like the pink. So
Man, the Pink Panther out here, you feel me? Like, I'm telling you, I'm
What is
telling
that done for? What is that like that song that we played before we came back on? How does that elevate your career, your situation? Did you see a crazy boost in that?
Oh, with Pink?
Because they say females buy records, and
Yeah.
females seem to love the worst ones.
Yeah, yeah.
They seem to love the most ratchet, the most. When you're speaking to them,
They love that
and
shit.
you say like if you
Like,
say
bitch, come
something.
here.
Like,
It's
you know
like,
what I mean?
it's like moist.
Like, they love it. They love it. They eat
I
it
ain't
up.
gonna hold you. That's very true. Like, that's pretty much my style. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in the
cater to the
studio.
women.
Yeah, that's my fan base. Women and
Smart man.
in a weird way, kids.
Smart
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like they love what their parents don't want them to listen to.
real shit.
And in the same way, I'm talking about what your kids gonna go through anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and your mom and dad went through it. And then when I'm talking nasty, I keep it straight raw. You know what I'm saying? I let you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Like I said on one of my songs, I said, my dick in her throat just like nicotine. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? Like, sheesh. You feel me?
Going on. So
Next,
to
all
that,
you
to
gotta
that
do is
point,
put your thumb in her butt. You
Hey,
gotta
hey,
put that in-
I done
you
said
gotta
that
put
in the
verse,
song. Remember,
bro.
I said that. I said
Hey,
put
come
my.
on,
coming up, right?
I done said that. I said put my thumb in her butt. You know, I done said all that because it's like me. I'm a rapper, but in another life, I'm a porn star. You feel me?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
buddy.
trying to make a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, you know, we get lit, man. It's real rock star lifestyle.
Yo, you said we spoke off camera. I asked you about your writing process, and nigga said I ain't have one.
Yeah, I don't write.
I don't fucking write.
Yeah, I grew up.
Last time you heard that?
I grew up listening to Lil Wayne. My dad liked Jay-Z, and they don't write, so it was a challenge for me. You know what I'm saying? It was
He said the two top names.
They
too.
not writing.
That don't write. That's where I grew up on. That said they never
like,
wrote.
They not writing, so why I gotta write? You know what I'm saying? Then when I go in the studio, when I try to write, it's hard. Like I'm trying, I'm like, nah, hold on, nah. But if you put me to the mic, I'm like, I like this. All right, let me hear that. Oh, bet I know what to say next.
Just get the ideas out.
I know what to say next. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's just you build a better song that way, because I can go through a whole song, get some harmonies, and then go right back in and punch what I want to say.
Yeah.
So
that makes me wonder.
Go ahead.
Ooh, damn.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
You want to do what? I want to know.
What was the first album that you owned, or like that you purchased, or like that was gifted to you?
To be honest, the crazy thing, the first album that I ever purchased myself was
Better be not no
nah,
shit.
it was Snoop Dogg.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like, yo, I was looking up to you and everything.
It was a Snoop Dogg one right before he dropped right before the Sensual Seduction shit. Like it was to drop it like it's hot. Drop it that album.
Oh yeah.
Drop it like it's hot on it.
Gangster.
Yeah. We had the low rider on the front or something like that. Yeah. That's the first album I bought. I had that one, and I had the dual disc of Biggie with the hearse on the front. What was that one?
Ready to Die?
Life After Death.
Life After Death was a double disc.
Yeah, because it had Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's when I listened to Bone Thugs and Harmony a lot too.
Biggie.
Yeah, exactly.
What? That was that shit, remember? On That Dangerous.
If you hear my music, how I do like the light was like, I get that from Bone
You
Thugs.
took them all melody.
I noticed like you could kind of go high a little bit.
Yeah, because my voice, I don't have a natural deep voice. So like when I use it on track and I came from singing, it's easier to do higher pitches when I rap.
When did you start intertwining your singing with your rapping?
I started that in like, I'd probably say high school. Because in high school, I used to do freestyle rapping, and I was shy when it came to singing. Because when I was a kid, I wasn't shy with singing, but as an adult, like I said, being in the hood, it's like, they want to hear that hardcore shit. So I used to be spitting hard bars, and then I put a little melody in it, and they're like, oh, bro, that shit sound hard. Yeah. And I was like, fuck it. The niggas like it, you know what I'm saying? I was like, let's see what these girls think, you know what I'm saying? But girls are always like, oh, you can sing. I like that you can sing. So I'm like, I like the reaction of, oh, you can sing. I want to come kick it with you. Versus a whole bunch of dudes like, oh, yeah, I like that shit hard, bro. Where the girls at? You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like,
I ain't rapping for you, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Like, and in the marketing scheme, like, if the female's coming, you're going to bring everybody else. The kids, everybody else bring everybody else.
That's a fact,
like he mentioned, we're always constantly mentioning, like, 80% of your fans are females. Yeah. You understand? Those are the ones that are purchasing your music, again, as mentioned, you know. So, which is smart that you know what's your target. I think that's smart about you right now, that you know what's your target and you know how to grab them and keep them there.
Mm-hmm. And he's not stepping outside his box, too. He's very much just being true to yourself.
Yeah, I ain't no drill rapper. So I'm not no super trap 21 Savage type rapper.
But let me ask you this question, though. Like, I know we, as artists, like, we had our moments where we felt stuck. Mm-hmm. Like, or like, how can I take my next step? Have you had that moment where you felt stagnant and you didn't know how to make the changes within yourself, within your brand? And how did you overcome
Funny thing,
that?
I was just talking about this with one of my bros. Shout out to my management team, because this is some real shit. All right, so last year, right? This is before the blue check, before all that shit last year. I was like, I done met with hella labels. I done been around some of the biggest people I never thought I would meet before. Mm-hmm. And then I get into a situation where everybody became a yes man around me. Like, literally, like, I done met with Mike, Karen, Akon, all them. So I'm like, my friends and the people I was around, they was like, oh, yes man, yes man, yes man. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, I'm thinking everything I'm doing is the hottest shit. But on an industry level, I had to learn the real, like, industry mainstream term for everything, like how the sound is, how to structure your songs. Like, I was just, like I said, I ain't write shit, so I was just freestyling to a hard beat, and the streets was fucking with it. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But when I got real professional management, like, I'm in a contract with them now, and they got me the real, like, major backing and stuff, it's like, all right, Mikey, them songs are cool, but come harder. Yeah. All right, that's cool. Come harder. And that happened every fucking week. And I record like 10 songs in like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So it was like every song I was sending, it was like, yeah, that's cool. Let's send us some more shit. I'm like, bro, I just sent y'all like 30 songs. Like, what's the next single? You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, nah, they're all hard. Just keep recording. So all they kept saying, they kept frustrating me because I'm like, I got so mad. I was like, do I need new management? Like, like, do they not know what's going on? Like, I'm hot, bro. They tripping. You know what I'm saying? Then they like, you hot, but you could be hotter. You know what I'm saying? It's just like everything. It was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But it pushed me because now, every time I send them a song now, it's, all right, so how we about to market this? It's not, keep recording. It's, hit, that's a hit. That's a hit. Because now I learned how to structure hits. Like, I went from being an underground one to rap, being around the trap scene all day to mainstream. Like, all I make is songs that I can hear on the radio and be mainstream with another artist. That's always in my mind now. When I make a song, I'm like, all right, how can I switch this up to make it catch the consumer's attention? This would be on the radio. The kids gonna love this. They can make it dance. TikTok, Triller. Like, I'm thinking of all that before I make up a song. I mean, do a song. So now it's like, it's second nature. And since I freestyle it, it's still the same formula. So it's like, I'm gonna make it hit in like I said, I can make it hit in 10 minutes to an hour. And it's gonna sound like how it's gonna be coming out on the radio by the time it's done.
And even then, even though you're like, you kind of figure out like a marketing plan for it, it's still all genuine. Like, you're still genuinely in love with music and you're creating.
Yeah, I love like bro, I haven't worked a 9 to 5. I'm 5,900 on camera. That's how old I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't get it wrong, and trust me, I'm not old at all. It's just, I don't want to disclose my age, period. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel you on that, bro. I'm only 11.
Hey, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel
I don't know if you can have that cup then.
But I just look at it like this. I went through a lot of failing points. You know what I'm saying? To where, bro, I was super fucked up, bro. Like, when a lot of my fans look at me on Instagram and they see me flashing money or they see me doing this or doing something big, you don't know, probably 2-3 weeks after that big thing happened, like, the worst shit probably happened in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got verified, happy as hell. Next 3 weeks, tremendous shit in my life that's other than music happens where it's like, damn, like, I might have to hang music up if I can't get this through. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to sacrifice your real life for this shit. Like, I done sacrifice friends. I sacrifice living situations. I done sacrifice family time, like all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's paying off. And you got to have that strong mindset because I really don't care what nobody but me and my daughter think about that. Like, her mom right there. And I tell her all the time, I'm going to get this I'm going to get these millions. You're going to be happy afterwards. You might be mad as shit that you see everything going on right now. like, she know what come with the life. You know what I'm saying? But she understand because at the end of the day, we're going to have that money. You feel me? And when I pass away, my daughter's kids going to have money. That's what I'm trying to have.
What a bar.
Yeah.
See, even into that too. Like,
I'm gonna have to put that in a song.
So
what a bar! My daughter's kids gonna have it too.
Kids.
You should name the song that. My daughter's kids. What?
You getting gems right now. but real quick, so V, I know you kind of asked a question of I'm sorry. You kind of asked a question of if you're at the point where you're like, damn, my management is telling me, yo, send me more music. Like, this is hot, but you could be hotter. Like, how did you get out of that moment where you're like, damn,
out of the stuck moment?
Yeah, where you like, damn, maybe
well,
this ain't for
track?
me.
What was that one track that there was just like,
you knew,
this one is good. Out of all the 500 tracks you sent me,
this is 31.
This is the one that I.
You know what's crazy? Pink was that record.
Pink.
Wow.
That shit's hard.
Cause like, I went to Atlanta. That's what happened. I went to Atlanta. That's where my buzz started. So I went back to Atlanta. I was chilling, and I had South by Southwest going on around that time. And I went to a studio session, and I was around some people, you know, and I just was freestyling in the car to that beat. And when I got there, I freestyled the song. I didn't think nothing of it, bro. Even to the point where I put my bro on the second verse, like, fuck it, it's just going to be a song we're just going to put out and do a video to or whatever. It's not going to be nothing. Gave it back to management. They was like, yo, hold on, we think we got something right here. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, I heard how I structured it. I just learned what mistakes from that song, marketing-wise and everything, because it's a great song and it's doing what it got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's doing numbers still.
Nice.
But I learned from, even with features and stuff, when it comes to certain songs and when you are a certain part of your career, how you have to move. And that's why, like, Downfall is blowing right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I kept that song with just me on it for marketing reasons, because it's like, when you blow up on a song with somebody, if they're not right there to perform with you each moment, they're not there to promote with you, or they don't want to put the same grind in as you. Not saying anything towards any artist, because he's a great artist. Shout out to Five the Kid, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, we're in two different states. Atlanta and New York are two different paces. So I'm up here, I have to move fast. There's no way, because in New York, if you're not moving fast, you're going to get blown past. In Atlanta, you can move kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame it. I just blame it on what's around him right now, what's surrounding him versus what's surrounding me. So we're at different levels than what's our surroundings. So I have to move how I have to move.
Nah, that's a fact,
I've heard already a few times how you mentioned marketing, you know, and earlier we was talking about how, like, as an artist, you should learn the business aspect. You understand?
It's 90% business and 10% music.
At what given moment you realize, what given moment you had to realize this is 90% business and I have to take it upon myself to learn this? At that moment, what were you going through? What made you realize you had to learn this and stuff like that? Because I feel like a lot of artists, they just want to make music and they just step into things where they don't know what the hell they're doing. So what moment was that for you?
Beginning of my career, I was super cocky. You can ask anybody else around me. Because I was like, yo, my first year rapping, like that as my business.
Okay.
And I ended up doing 56 songs in 3 days that I never got back and never got to hear. And all my lyrics and everything
That's crazy.
So that's what showed me. I went back and I went into depression after that. And that's what made me be like, all right, I got to do something. Because I didn't get my spark again until, like I said, after I broke my leg and then moved to New York. Okay. And I had to really get back on my business. But that's really what changed everything. Getting to the biggest point to where all the littest rappers get to and then not knowing the business. And basically, I guess you could say I fucked myself over because I didn't know the business.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So now 2020. You said 2020 is a good year for you.
Oh, yeah, 2020 is great.
So now moving forward right now, what are we expecting from you?
He's with me.
Oh, what are we expecting from you? Any shows? Any new singles?
I got a show February 4th. Downfall is going crazy right now, and the video about to hit 100K. It's been out for 2 weeks. And that's independently, no label yet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So awesome. I'm trying like.
You doing, G?
I was number one on. I had a number one Triller trending video for like 2 weeks straight. Nice. Right now, I'm still on the boards, and I barely use Triller. I just make certain videos. You know.
Talk about it.
And I mean, I got an album on the way this year. I can't tell y'all when. But
and you coming with us on tour, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we going on tour. We on tour, baby.
Like they didn't know each other. Yeah, they didn't know each other.
We on tour.
You just got here.
Only thing, I'm gonna miss the Canada dates. You already know that one.
Yeah.
I'm missing the Canada dates, but I'm on the whole rest of the tour.
It's a wrap.
That was supposed to be a surprise too. The end part. I don't know if he told you. I'm doing the whole rest of the tour too. I'm not just the DMV.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I'm a partner, so I have to know these things. But yo,
Mikey motherfucking Polo.
Yeah, you know what's up.
I definitely want to say thank you for taking the time, the opportunity. One of the reasons why I wanted to speak on, depression and stuff like that is because it's very big, in this, especially in this industry. A lot of artists are dying young, and then these artists are influencing, the younger generation. Fact. So, the fact that you overcame depression in many moments is the reason why I want these younger generations to see this, because stop having that negative vibe. Understand that you can overcome it.
Stop sipping lean to feel better when you sad. Like, that's not going to help you. You're going to get sick. You ain't going to be able to shit. Literally, no, real facts. Lean
clogs up your
constipated.
Clogs up your butthole.
You'll be sad, not shitting. Like, that's the worst way to be.
It's like when you do a Molly, you shit for the first hour, and then 3 days later, you ain't shitting for 5.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that. Like, I wanted to just point that out because I love the fact that you overcame it. You overcame that, and you're still overcoming it.
He's living proof of it, though.
I'm still living.
Yeah, so thank you again. Where can we find you? All your platforms.
You could follow me on Instagram at official Mikey Polo. That's Mikey Polo. And anywhere else, Mikey Polo, Mikey Polo.
Yeah, and
awesome.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna play Downfall right now. We're gonna play some music, and we're gonna come back with some more. All right, so let's do this.
Slang.
I feel like Kid Cudi in this motherfucker right now.
Leg brother, you a trip. Why you pray on my downfall while I ball? Hey. Pray on my downfall while I ball. I don't know. Bitch, check my clothes. Check my shoe. Look at my ice. 2 cups tight. 2 cups stuff. Big ass blunt. I'm having cash today. I got a rack today. I blow a bag today. I fuck on a bitch. My bitch was bad today. I bagged a bitch. I bagged the bitch yesterday. Just smash that bitch. I'ma pass that bitch. I get so much that money. Gotta cash that shit. Drippin' flu. Don't catch that shit. Bitch, I'm drippin' glue. Straight slime. Bitches after me.
not you. Why you pray on my downfall while I ball? Hey, hey, pray on my downfall while I ball. I don't know, bitch, check my clothes, check my shoes, look at my ice, 2 cups tight, 2 cups stuff, big ass blood. I got the badge, baby. That's the fattest, ayy. So what would you say? What do you suggest, my nigga? I pull up, I bust the truth. I bet she bust too. She might bust you. Like I thought we gon' bust through. I don't give a fuck about you. Got too many killers in the troop. Got killers in the shooting at your roof. I got killers in the stealing in a condo. I got bitches in the shooting with a rondo. What I'm up now and did with a poncho. I'm a beast, I'm a damn head honcho. Skinny G wearing nigga guns macho. Skinny G. Why you pray on my downfall while I ball? Hey, hey, pray on my downfall while I ball. I don't know, bitch, check my clothes, check my shoes, look at my ice, 2 cups tight, 2 cups stuff, big ass blood. I'm having cash today, I got a rack today, I blow a bag today, I fuck on a bitch. My bitch was bad today. I bagged a bitch. I bagged a bitch yesterday. Just smashed that bitch. I'ma pass that bitch.
These bitches really think they fucking with me, knowing they not. These bitches always being sneaky, trying to build up a plot. These bitches always talking hot like they on top of the pot. And I ain't running for no bitches, but I run from the cops. Run down, little bitch, and you get done up. Have a body missing, so she looking for a come up. Left a homie leaking, now they looking for a plumber. Fed her to the dogs, and they was done before the summer. I ain't worried about the next bitch, I'm so invested. I don't stress shit, I bless shit, I'm on your neck, bitch. Make a nigga give me head and back of her Lexus. I'm all crazy on that cowboy like we up in Texas. I'm the big goddess to these stank hoes. Swear to God, get mines, I'ma take yours. Got the big Dracos with the big rolls. Running down fake bitches and these fake hoes. I'm a wrecking boy, these bitches, I demolish it. How to stay quiet for the kisses, I did not agree. Bitches talking spicy when they see me, don't acknowledge it. Put all that faking, cause I know your money counterfeit. I'ma pass it to my bitch whenever I'm done. Smoke one split, we rolling up another one. Beat a bitch up like a drum, rounds like a Tommy gun. You call it war, but I call it we just having fun. Nigga, we just having fun. Like me since the moment that I stepped up on the scene. They try to mop me up, I turn around and came out Mr. Clean. To these bitches, they be big back. Into that, get a big smack. Smack a bitch, I'm just okay in her head with her wig cap. Run down, little bitch, run down. Run down, little bitch, run down. Run down, little bitch, run. Run down, little bitch, run down. Run down, little bitch, run down. Run down, damn right. Hey, motherfucking body.
生まれ地元は京都それが今ではニューヨーク今夜はあそこでライブ未来のことより共有5年の修行が今終わる描く未来俺は通る景色変わる街並み俺のマラいつも飛ぶネガティブばっかのジャパニーズ言い訳ばかりでマジ疲れるやる気があっても空勘ぐるカカオスなめにやるべきだろ Everybody come over here Everybody come over here Everybody come over here Let me show you how we do it I make you show you love Everybody come over here Everybody come over here Everybody come over here Let me show you how we do it I make you show you love Let's get it 後悔ならやめるスト トレスためるのタブやりたいことだけやる疲れることもたまにやるタトゥーにジムそれは中毒忘れちゃいけねえよラブファックお前のヘイト俺は好物噂が回ればマニカミ IGFB 何でもチェック甘クールそれが BK ボーイ日本のノリとはまた違うこれがオリジナルカカオさネガティブばっかのジャパニーズ言い訳ばかりでマジ疲れるやる気があっても空カングルカカオスなめにやるべきだろうEverybody come over here. Everybody come over here. Everybody come over here. Let me show you how we do it. I'm making sure you love it. Everybody come over here. Everybody come over here. Everybody come over here. Let me show you how we do it. I'm making sure you love it.
Yeah.
We back in the building. We back in the building. Oh man.
V, what up?
Nah, man, I feel good. We was just playing Arnabi. He's an artist from Japan.
Arnabi, that's his name. I like him.
Arnabi, man. So, I want to say, yo, pleasure having you here.
Thank you for having
me
here.
Yes, how you feeling?
I'm good. I'm in New York. I turned 28 on Tuesday,
Dude.
so
Awesome.
I'm like really excited.
You have no issues telling your age.
No, I mean,
Why should she?
Nah, cause some
I mean,
people
a lady,
do.
you know, is not
You know,
supposed
lady,
to disclose
yeah.
her age. but I mean,
Really?
listen.
People really concern their age now?
I mean, a lady, you never, you know.
Oh, they say you never
I
consider
mean, I still
ladies'
get
age, right?
carded, so they think I'm young.
Really?
So that's
Yeah.
fine.
You are young. You still
I am
young.
young.
You are, yeah. You
But
know.
people think I'm like 16, 18. I'm like, oh my god.
No, that's
like,
way too young.
I go to the liquor store, they're like, ID, and I'm like, okay. Here you go. I have a child.
I'm
Come
a
on.
grown-ass woman. What you mean?
I'm
Going in.
16, 18, you know, I knew girls, you know. Okay.
So wait, is this your first time being out here in New York?
No. I used to come a lot, especially with my family. My dad's side is from New York, so we used to come out here a lot for family vacations.
Okay.
I started going by myself for birthdays, but then life and work happens. But I'm an adult, so I haven't been back since I've turned like 18. So it's been like, you know,
You 10
almost
years
10
overdue,
years, you know, on
yeah.
Tuesday.
Well,
So it's
welcome back,
exciting.
welcome
Celebrating your birthday
so
out here?
Are you out here for business?
It's supposed to be a business trip, which is why I'm thankful for this opportunity to be here, because 2020 is my year to really thrive. That's the goal. 2020. Exactly. And I have other, you know, things that I'm, you know, working on while I'm out here. So it's just.
So very quick, briefly, if you can like let people know who are you and what is it that you do?
Yes. So my name is Imani Rashad. So I'm a fashion stylist. Do a little bit of business consulting, creative director. So I do a little bit of everything in the creative aspect. You know, it's really exciting, and I don't want to just limit myself to certain things because I know how to do a lot of things. I adapt in any environment you put me in.
What's your passion first?
Fashion, definitely. You know, which is why I'm here, you know, doing this. But like I said, I know how to do so many things, so I just like I don't limit myself to just.
Did you
one
realize
area.
that passion early?
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely.
When you were younger?
Definitely.
So what was the first like mogul that you saw in fashion and you're like, oh my god, I need that, or I gotta wear that, or I gotta be that.
When you was like,
you know, not necessarily wanted to wear it, but like Kimora Lee Simmons, I used to really like her growing up. You know, I'm a 90s baby, so when she came out with, what was it, her little TV show, something about being a mogul, it was just like, oh
Didn't
my
they
gosh.
own Baby Fat?
Yeah, Baby Fat.
There
Like,
you go.
I didn't care for the clothes per se. I mean, it was a cute brand. I grew up as a tomboy, so I was like always like edgy and kind of like I like the sweats and, you know, boys started finding me attractive. I'm like, okay, switch it up. But, you know, I seen her and I was just like, dang, like she's a badass. Like, you know, rocking it out there with her kids, like putting her kids on, even to this day, you know, starting Baby Fat up again. And, you know, she was just like everything to me. And I was like, damn, like she been in the game for a minute and she looked good. Her business is doing good. You know, her
she's
and
a
her
big woman
Russell.
too.
Yeah, she's a
like,
big
what,
woman.
6
She's really
foot one.
she's tall.
And she
But she's
thrived,
beautiful.
you know.
Oh my gosh.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, matter of fact, you know what? How do I go? All right, so, you know, like there comes a point, like in your career, right? Especially in the entertainment world, when they're like telling me, like for example, they tell me like, "Yo, V, you need a stylist," and I'm like, I don't know where to start. Like, how do I go about?
I mean,
getting a stylist, or like, if I was to come to you, like, how would you analyze me? Like, how does that work?
V, I need a stylist too, though. I'm
I
listening.
got
Hold on.
I mean, but people's style, like, it's whatever works for you. Like, you can switch things up depending on like where you're going and things. But like the hoodie and things, if that's what you like to rock, it's nothing wrong with switching up the variations or adding different elements to.
But if I tell
add
you,
to
I
it,
want to I want me, but I like to. I'm the type that I like to go out the box at times, although I feel like the other day I went out the box. I bought myself a pink hoodie.
Hey.
That's what I'm saying. Adding other elements, colors,
She folded
things
her
like
leg
that.
for that shit.
I got a pink, not black. But look, I love all black, so I mean.
I'm an all black person.
Listen, I have my closet is 90% black, and like I try to add colors, but this year I'm working on like I want to collaborate, or not collaborate, I want to just use more of my brand's colors because those are the colors that I tend to always go to in stores. So I'm trying to get rid of all like the pops of color, but adding things like that for when you go out to special occasions or appearances is good to have something to match that theme or environment.
So what's your process like? So if I'm coming to you and I'm like, listen, obviously I want to stay true to myself.
Yeah.
Right? So what's your process for me as an individual coming to you? Like, I want to hire you as my stylist.
So I always like to do consultations.
Okay.
So especially if I don't know you, it's first time meeting you, whether it's social media or on the street, or referral, I like to consult with you specifically in person so I can kind of, feel you out. I'm a big energy person. I pick up on vibes really well. And I'm very observant. Okay. So I like to read people. I noticed your frames when I was sitting over there. I was like, dang, her frames are dope as shit. Like, I'm trying to do stuff with it. I was like, I need to talk to her about them frames afterwards. Like, they cute as shit. So, it's things like that. Seeing what, like, based off of your social media or other, pictures of you, what type of styles you like to go to. And then asking you questions like, would you take the risk of stepping out of your comfort zone? Because for some people, it's like a safety net for them, a safe haven. They're used to wearing certain types of clothing or brands, and they can't really break out of it because of whether it's social consciousness or just that's what they're comfortable wearing. Okay. So.
Have you ever had a consultation with a person where they were like insubordinate, like they wasn't feeling what you was telling them? That's not gonna look right on me. No, I'm gonna do it this way. Do you get discouraged when you get that too?
I don't necessarily get discouraged because, like I said, people have their safety net, so it's like you can't really push them. You can always have suggestions, plenty of options. I'm a visual person, so I like to bring vision boards or just, printouts of things. Like prior to the consultation, I'll, with us setting up the consultation, I'll ask you certain questions, have you fill out like a questionnaire, types of celebrities. Like I used to, it's this men's tailoring company, Indochino, and they had a pop-up out in DC where I'm from, that area. And so I went there, and it was neat to learn to have a questionnaire to use to get to know the types of people you're going to be working with, who they aspire to look like. I asked this one gentleman, he was coming in for a suit, kind of didn't really know what style he was going for, and I was like, okay, George Clooney or like, Seth Rogen, what you going for, sir? You want to look top-notch James Bond, or you want to just look like you going to like the holiday party? Come on now.
I feel like these are very vital questions to ask, though, right?
Yeah,
because
but
there is
definitely
a spectrum, right? Like there's an extreme.
Where do you want to fit in? How do you want people, like, first impression is everything. So, first thing I notice about a person is their shoes, because I'm just like, you wear your shoes, or you're on your feet all the time. So it's like, if you have decent shoes, it's like, I mean, no, I'm
yeah,
just
you
saying,
got all of us checking out our kick game now. Now everybody's like, yo, hold up.
Okay,
Gee,
let me break down for me.
I'm very New York.
No. Different areas. For me, it's more so with guys, like, especially if I'm attracted to you, like, what you got on your feet. It is not necessarily like, okay, it has to be expensive or designer, but for me, it's more of a like a. I just like a guy with nice shoes. So just naturally, because, before I was single, before I was in a relationship, looking at guys, I'm like, okay, what kind of shoes he got on? Or how does his shoes look? Are they dusty, beat up?
So you matched them from the ground up?
No, that makes sense, though. But
it's just, for me, visually, I go to the feet first, and then, what size your shoes, because you can't have a 6 feet,
All right, y'all two in timeout. You two in timeout. V, go.
I respect
V, they in timeout. Go ahead.
I respect it, though, because, like, with me, I like my women, they gotta have that. They gotta have their nails done.
Yeah, exactly. My appointment's tomorrow.
I like nails. Yeah, I like nails.
Exactly. I like my ladies with their nails and feet done.
Yeah. People have their preference. It's certain things that will, grab your attention about people first. So for me, it's that.
I'm like,
oh, what's going?
I mean, you cute and all, but
What happened? What happened?
But yeah, so for me, shoes with specifically guys.
Yeah.
But
she got to be specific right now.
Nowadays, you gotta kind of be like, hold on, pause, wait a minute. Okay, guys, females.
Now, we in 2020. You have to. You know what I mean?
Females is everything.
No, it's not like that.
Females, I'm judging you from the makeup because y'all be caked up nowadays.
You better behave, B. You better behave.
Cleanses stuff. They got brushes of all kinds now.
Now V in timeout. Right, I'm gonna ask some questions. Both of them in timeout now.
About your brand, actually.
Okay.
So, do you like everything you're doing yourself?
Yes.
Create,
when I started off,
okay.
I started doing everything by myself because I've always been self-sufficient. I'm one of 5, and I'm the middle child. So I always felt like,
Hey,
that
shout
says a
out to the
lot.
middle child. Shout out to the middle child.
That says a lot, though.
Yeah,
You always got to work harder. Nothing's
hard,
given to you. You're always expected of things. That middle child clause.
Very independent. Yeah, we do it by ourselves. Yeah.
Yes.
That middle child clause is real.
I don't want you, so I still don't want you.
Charlie's girl.
Hey, let's be honest.
Drinks over there look really nice, so.
Hey, no more prosecco. Hey, no more prosecco.
Right.
Right there,
I'm just being nice. Very fat, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's
Do you find that difficult to be in a relationship with somebody that has that, like, they say comedians shouldn't be with comedians, rappers shouldn't be with rappers. I know you guys may not be in the same ball field, but you guys play in the same park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's how we've met, to be honest. So I feel like, at least for now, kind of that's how it's supposed to be. Like I said, we met in the industry. We waited till business was finished, and then we.
That's smart. Oh, that's dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
So you
So
just jump into it.
yeah, we built a really good friendship.
So wait, going back.
That's good.
Yeah, go.
Where we going back, B? Where we going back
Wings.
to?
Yeah.
Where we going back to?
Thank you. Come on, guys.
I'm like, let me.
Right.
Get a shot.
Right. Listen, we're gonna take this to Charlie. Stop playing.
So going back to your brand, so you originally you started on your own, and
Yes.
now where you're at.
Yes. So, like I said, I've always done things myself. So, but I started to learn that trying to do everything yourself, you're gonna overwhelm yourself. And I can work well under pressure. I just don't like to. Nobody should. It's stressful. Things don't really work well. Things kind of just go everywhere. But I had friends growing up who were creatives, and they, did this, that, and the third. And so I was like, hey, doing this project. Are you interested? Don't really have the funds right now, but I can swing something. Food. I got you with the food because I love to eat, something. I mean, gas money, whatever you need, I will work it out for you, whatever. So I'm grateful for the people that have helped me along the way. I'm working on building a team to, pull all this together, all the visions that I have. Shout out to my best friend. It is, especially finding loyal people. Like, I tried to find an assistant one time, and everything seemed cool. Because that's when I was trying to kick things back off. Because after having my child, it was like, okay, I'm trying to figure out who I am as a woman. And now as a mother. So it's especially, that's why I'm trying not to pay him any mind and do the interview. But yeah, it's just like, people flake on you. It's just a matter of finding the people that's for you. Like, that's what I was about to say. Shout out to my best friend, AJ. He does public relations and events. And so he definitely, like, knows how to present you to people or just put you out there and really, like, let people know about your brand and stuff. And it's like, it's good to have people like that in your corner, because I already know, like, when I start my stuff, look, bro, I love you. You down for this ride? Like, I'll get you whatever you need. We're going to lay out the legal paper. We're all about paperwork. We learned about contracts.
Yeah. And it's crazy because that's what Mikey kind of brought up, Mikey Polo, for everybody. Like, that's what he brought up, I think, right before, just about, like, having the right people in your corner. You don't want, like, yes men or yes women kind of thing. You want people that's going to keep it real with you.
Yeah, that's loyal and it's going to help you to get the job done, because you don't want people that's going to slack off or just trying to ride the wave and they're not producing anything with you, because, if they're not helping you in any way, then it's like you're doing nothing but destroying me.
Yeah, that's dead weight.
Do you wear your brand? Like, do you, like...
So, I'm not a designer. Like, I would love to have a boutique, but, I pull all of my stuff together. I get, ideas or visions or, based off my moods or things that I see, and I try to, like, replicate or whatever. So... Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like I'm building a little collection
So
of
how many
things to
people
do,
have
but
you like you worked with?
oh gosh. Okay, so I officially,
name
unofficially. No.
Nah.
Like
mean,
it's
if you want,
been
yeah.
about no. It's been about
If you
like
want
10
to,
years
yeah.
on and off, just
Yeah.
because like I always let work, like my full-time job, you know, get in the way of it. But I worked with a few local artists in the DMV area. So this one particular group, it was okay. There was dancers, a band.
You can name drop.
Only when you shit talking.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Gotcha.
I mean, but
Oh no, yeah, it's clip.
right
No, it's clip.
where we are right now, it's like
yeah,
no.
It's
I mean, it's
clip,
no,
yeah.
it's no beefing. I mean, it's just.
Yeah,
Yo, you can just tell them we outside.
But anyway, but anyways, it was a large group, and you know, doing the tours and supplying clothes, and that's when I got my first contract on my own with Forever 21 down in Georgetown, Washington, in DC. I got that on my own because of this group, like not them telling me to do it. Thank you.
Nah, that's
but
dope.
just
That's a
I'm
big
like,
accolade.
yeah, I'm like,
That's a
yo,
huge
I gotta
accolade.
style all these people, band members. Hey, thank you for the class, yes. Sorry, yes. No, I heard. I was like, hold on, what is that? I was like, oh, class. Okay. Yeah.
Hold on, okay, yo, y'all real acclimated to New York now. I see y'all Millie rocking and all this too. So
Our daughter's name or nickname is Millie, so we will always sing the Millie Rock to her.
That's beautiful.
And
That's
do the
beautiful.
dance,
That's
yeah.
beautiful. So like, talk a little bit about this transition with you guys moving from DMV, like the DMV areas, which is like Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, up to New York, because that's an interesting move.
Yeah,
right?
I'm still DC based. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I'm starting to travel more now that my daughter's older, and
Well, I'm
you know.
sorry. Is it Delaware, DMV, or
Well,
is it DC?
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
DC, I'm
but
sorry.
Delaware
Okay,
is
DC,
like
yeah.
right there, so they try to consider
Yeah,
themselves. Just like
but-
certain parts of Virginia, they're not really considered the DMV because they're just two countries. They're too
That's
south.
like Staten Island trying to be
Exactly.
Yeah,
Great.
like,
'Cause I hear that all
like
the
Long
time.
Island trying to be part of the city. Yeah, it's like, all right.
I just do a shot of Staten Island.
So you talk about this.
Better watch
so
nigga
you're still
Wu-Tang
in
come
DC.
after you.
So you're still in DC, very
Yeah, I'm
much.
still in DC.
Okay.
Give me
Yeah.
a moment where you felt like you actually stepped out of your comfort zone and it was a challenge.
It was that Forever 21 contract because I've never worked with a large brand like that. It was always me having, you know, a service fee and the client paying that. Like I've done fashion shows for high schools and, you know, other organizations and things like that. So it was just a matter of whether they have a budget where they supply me, you know, the funds and I go get the items. And it's like I have creative control based off of, you know, the vision that they have or where they have detailed things of what they're looking for. But other than that, I've literally just, you know, when I got that Forever 21, that's when I did a fashion show at Bowie State for their that's in Maryland. Yeah, and I was like, ooh, how many models? Okay, let me go on to Forever 21. And it was cute just to see like they had the rack set aside for me with my name on it, and it was just like, you know, it was just an amazing experience, and I was really just like those 2 years I was really getting spiritual and just like, you know, thanking the universe or just, you know, positive energy about things that are coming my way. And like I said, it was a big contract to get. And so I was really surprised. And I'm like, man, I know I could do this stuff. Like, I land opportunities because I'm a good person. I'm genuine. Like, I believe I am.
You have etiquette as well, though.
Thank you.
You have speaking etiquette. You have to learn how to speak to people.
Yeah, like my office jobs that I've worked, like everybody, they never want me to leave because my customer service is really good. And I feel like that's one attribute that I have to give with my brand because I want to make a difference. Like I don't want people to feel like they have to look like the Kim Kardashians or these Rihannas or anybody. I mean, I love their style and love who they are, but it's like they do too much and they make these girls feel as though they have to do the Botox and do the wigs and girl, I'm
That's
all
when it gets
natural, you
sad,
know what I'm
though.
saying? I mean, I might do the makeup here
Talk
and
about
there,
it, talk
but
about it.
you know, it's yeah, it's just like
at the end of the day, you influencing other people.
exactly. And it's like it's okay to be yourself. Like, you know, I like to have the nice things or look a certain way, but it's like I don't have to break my bank to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a child now, especially, so it's like, you know, you can look nice, but they don't gotta know where you got it from. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
even with that too, like Forever 21, like as far as I understand, it's very much like a budget friendly kind of shop, right? So even to that, like that's a big contract. And again,
yeah, and all those clothes were
congratulations on
free. The clothes were free. I literally would just go in there, pick out whatever clothes, like whether I had some of the clients come in there and we did like measurements or try-ons, rehearsals and things like that, or I literally just went in because I already knew their sizes and I just picked out all the stuff and they put it to the side and I just came in with my suitcase and helpers, you know, and just picked it up. So it was amazing that I didn't have to charge them a fee for it.
So that's so crazy because so it sounds like they brought out all the stops and everything. And
yeah, it was like whatever I wanted. It didn't
got.
matter if it just came in or sale.
Was there
whatever.
a moment where you were like, yo, I can't believe, like kind of imposter syndrome, where you're like, yo, I can't believe I'm here right now. And
it was the first day I went there, and like I walked out with my suitcase of stuff that they just let me get, and you know all they asked for, was my ID.
them jerk wings.
I didn't even have any. I know. It's like, no,
jerk wings.
But it was like the moment when I walked out the store and I was just like putting like, everything in my trunk, and I was like, damn, like, is this shit for real? Like, damn, I just, like, if I finessed them for real, I mean, I did, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, damn, I could have sold that shit. I could have, you know, but, you know, like I said, I'm a good person, so I made sure that I handled their items with care and things like that and communicated with them and brought the items back, you know, in good order. And if they were damaged, I charged, you know, the organization, you know, dry cleaning or, you know.
respect your situation.
Yeah, I do, because you're not going to put you're not going to taint my name, my brand. I'm trying to build this. You're not going to put any negative connotations on it because you're, you know, doing things out of your character or not really, you know, taking it
Let me ask you this, because you was mentioning how it's been 10 years on and off, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking it now seriously?
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
saying you didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
But I know you have. But are you now taking this seriously? Where you're?
Yes.
Are you gonna continue riding that wave, regardless if
if it gets rocky and all? Like, my name means faith, and so I'm always consulting with my friends or just people that I know on how to do things. Like, that's why I say I know how to do so many different things because I've always been put in situations to have to do those things, and it was just like, all right, it's easy, so bop, 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 bop. But, you know, it was just, like, crazy because I'm just like, I can do these things. Like, I know I can do it. My name means faith, so it's just go out there and do it. Like, take a leap of faith. You don't know if you're going to fail if you haven't even done it. And look at all the things that I've done over the 10 years on and off that I've been doing it. So it's like, if I was able to accomplish those things, the sky is the motherfucking limit. And like he said, you got to be able to go out and do the things that you want to do. You're going to be the only one holding you back. So I recently decided to leave my full-time job. It'll probably be like on a, thank you. It's really exciting. You know, it was a hard decision because I'm a legal assistant by day. So I'm learning to, you know, take some things and, you know, move in a different direction with that so I can still work off of that avenue because I actually really enjoy doing that work.
How long have you been full-time entrepreneur?
Full-time entrepreneur, the 10 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So.
But like, when did you leave your job?
Oh, no, this will be the end of this month. So it hasn't officially happened. That's why I said 2020 is the year that I'm like taking it seriously. And the New York is like, I had the time to go finally. Birthday. I told him, I was like, I'm coming out there for business. Like, yeah, I want to have fun because it's my birthday, but it's like business first. And like, I just got here this morning, and this is, you know, something I'm doing. And tomorrow this thing's set up, so it's like I leave Tuesday.
I'm going to share something with you with that, like, you know, like. When you pursue your dream, like, head on, you know, and, you know, once you go that route where it's just, this is your passion, you know, you will have moments where you're done. I don't want to do this. Or, you know, you hit rock bottom. You start realizing who are your friends, real friends. Even sometimes.
I've already realized that.
No, you will, but, you know, it's crazy how, it's sad that how sometimes where success, or not even success, sometimes how when you want to elevate yourself, sometimes you lose those that you thought were the most important ones, or even those that are important are still there with you, and they will elevate with you. You have those moments. You're gonna realize a lot, and I know you mentioned the whole spirituality. I know once you go this route, I know that's gonna go harder with you. You're gonna start questioning these tests.
I kind of already have. Okay, but it's like I already know my connection with, you know, God. I believe in God, so whatever. You know, everybody believes in whatever, but I believe in God. I believe there is a higher being. You know, I believe that you put out what you want to receive. You know, I do my best not to talk negative on situations or harp on them. My mom always says just let go, let God. You know, just like in songs and things like that. And literally, when I do, you know, the situation turns around and it becomes in my favor now because I'm not stressing about it, I'm not worrying about it. So that's why this is the year for me to like set in stone the things that I want to do, you know, wrote out my goals, like I said, you know, and it's just because like, yeah, I mean, it's just because like I don't want to leave him in a bad place where it's like somebody doesn't know what's going on, and it's a lot of work to consume, and you know, people can get overwhelmed. But yeah, like I'm definitely working on getting those things situated and done so that 2020 could be my year to take off.
So, what's next? What are you working on? I mean, 2020 is going to take off, but what are you working on?
So I'm working on now just getting more collabs with local stylists or designers just so that I can get my face in the scene. Yeah. You know, socially, I want to be able to go to different areas like New York, Philly, you know, all the big spots, you know, go to LA. Definitely working on getting out to LA in March. There's like this fashion entrepreneur retreat that's going on. So for my birthday, I've been asking my friends and family, like, just donate towards that, contribute towards that. It's not expensive. I really want to do it. So I'm like.
But your birthday's in March or just
no, the retreat's in March. Yeah, and I recently found out about it. So I was just like, okay, that's the next stop. It's reaching that goal.
So
so
I guess Mikey babysitting for that one. I said Mikey babysitting on that one.
Yeah. I don't think I've had the chance to tell him about it, but I know he'll,
Only here you get the exclusive.
I work so much, so sometimes we don't have the chance to really, you know, dive deep and talk about. And then we live in 2 different states, so most of the time it's like, oh, talk to Daddy, we love you. We have our moments, you know, when we don't have her and we can talk, but it's, you know.
But I love that too. Real quick, I'm sorry. I love that like y'all are like it's like full-time parent. Yeah. But we're still like full-time entrepreneurs, full-time grinders. Yeah. Like we know at the end of the day we're doing this, so she's gonna have a better life.
And that's one thing I love about him. He said, when we have kids and when we do this, like especially with having her, like you know, we can't give up on what it is that we want. Like you know, he's made sacrifices, I made sacrifices, we made them together, and it's like, you know, it's hard, especially living, you know, in different states, but we make it work. And people may not agree with this. Some people may agree with it. Some people praise me because they're like, you, what? Like, you are strong for allowing all this to happen, or da-da-da, or, oh, you are a good girl. Like, damn, I wish I could find a girl. Like, people say that all the time, and it's just like, that's why. That's why we're doing the things that we can do for our kids and for other people to motivate them and show them, like, y'all don't have to act like some of these people that's out here wilding out, not making a change. You making all this money, doing all these great things for yourself, but what are you doing for the community? What are you doing to give back so that everybody can rise and grind? And you know what I'm saying? Just we could all be out here winning.
Yeah, like Mikey said, it's like not only my daughter, but my daughter's daughter's
exactly.
You
my
know,
daughter's daughter's daughter.
Yeah, that's a song title right there.
So, before we head out and everything, where can we find you?
So you can find me on Instagram, Fashion Under Radar. It's all one word. Look me up on Instagram, y'all.
And they can hit you up and be like, yo.
Yeah, DM me. You know,
I people in New York as well. I'm just saying that.
I'm willing to travel. I'm willing to travel. Like I said, I'm leaving my full-time job to be able to pursue more opportunities. As I told them, you don't give me the work-life balance.
You take EBT?
If I hit you up like yo, my shoes is looking crazy.
Yo, we could go to the store together and you get me my sandwich, nigga.
I just said because I'm on a budget.
It's Ferg, right? The name of the brand. The name of the brand is Ferg. Real quick.
Well, Fur for sure. I go by Fur, but Fashion Under Radar.
Gotcha. If I'm like, yo, Fur, my shoes is looking ugly.
I'm like, all right, well, what you trying to do?
They are, damn. He told me good thing is above the waist. You're a handsome guy. I appreciate it, though. I'm handsome, but my shoes ugly. That's it. So if I hit you like, yo, Fur, my shoes is cooked. Like, I need some.
I'm like, okay.
Need some swag. What's up?
Yeah. What do you have in mind? When can we link? Or, you know, you want me to send you some ideas of shoes that I think, you know, what's your
send me
style?
$400.
Like, what do you like to dress like? You know, here are my prices. I have packages available as well.
Perfect.
So here's your questionnaire.
That's what I'm talking about.
We love that shit.
So the packages be everything.
Yeah, it's really helpful, especially when people are willing to, you know, amend their packages and kind of customize them for you because everybody's different. Everybody's style is different. You may want to look like others, but you still want to have you, like a part of you within there.
So again, where can we find you again?
Fashion Under Radar. Okay. Fashion Under Radar.
Are you on Twitter at all? Like Facebook?
No, I mean Facebook, but I'm mostly just on Instagram.
That's like a personal page.
Yeah, I mean it'll go there from Instagram, but just go to Instagram.
So check out Instagram.
My website's coming back soon too, so that's a part of 2020. The process is getting all my stuff back in order. So.
Well, I look forward to your.
Yes, you guys. Thank you. In the DMV, but I traveled. I appreciate you guys, though.
I appreciate
thank
you, man. I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in, who's
Yes,
been showing
thank
love. Yo, there's the Artistry every Sunday. You already know. You dig from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Or sometimes we extend it.
Who you be, V?
I be V as in vagina.
Hey.
Underscore.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Hey, you already know it's your boy DJ Dwizzy. You can find me DeeJay DWIZZY on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, DJDwizzy.com, everything. You hit me up. G, who you be, boy?
I can't say that shit that fast. I'm Fuma Mucho. FUMAMUCHO.
Yo, and don't forget to follow the Artistry NY, all platforms. And again, is your girl V-Henny. Y'all already know. You dig. We out.
The Artistry.
We gonna play some music and we out.
The Vagina Slayer.
I am the nicest. What you wanna do? You wanna wild up? You wanna dance? Don't matter to me. I got it all locked down, baby. You wanna wild up? You wanna dance?
Electric boogie, 100 bands.
Do you wanna wild up? You wanna dance?
I'd rather hold money than hold hands. Searching this club for romance. I'm taking a trip to renew my tin. Packing an ace in every hand, then we double that, double it back on your advance. In my pun voice, back of the back, catching a 10. My voice moving the big with every camp. In every land, niggas be pots with heavy hands. Make the fiend dance, heavy gram. Ooh. I came off the cross to the booth. If you ever met me, then you came across the truth. It's suicide for the coupe. Yeah, LeBron with every hoop. While your artists can't recoup, I'm gone.
You wanna wild up? You wanna dance?
Electric boogie, 100 bands.
Do you wanna wild up? You wanna dance?
I'd rather hold money than hold hands. I say the chick Lebanese. If I put the dick in her, watch the whole pepper seed. You be cuffing bitches, that's a whole felony. While I joined the player club, that be Bill Bellamy. Trash rappers be the bitch pet peeve. And fuck a top 10 when you the world's top 3. Electric boogie on the beat. Strippers hit the floor cause the money by my feet. Gone.
You wanna wild up? You wanna dance?
Electric boogie, 100 bands.
Do you wanna wild up? You wanna dance?
I'd rather hold money than hold hands.